Let's try that again. Let's try that again. I hope at least the movement looked nice. Here, let's, there we go. What is up, everybody? Welcome to probably the craziest giveaway stream I have ever done. Oh, not giveaway. Welcome to probably the craziest unboxing stream I've ever done. Like 3 unboxings plus a giveaway, and it's gonna be a good time. And we're not just unboxing PC stuff. Oh, no, no, no. This is, well, I mean, I guess 2 of them are PC stuff because it's a keyboard and a PC, but then also something just out of left field. So yeah, I changed how I have my audio thing set up here. I changed a lot here. You might be able to tell a little bit. There's no desk back there now. It's right here. That tiny desk, well, relatively tiny desk right there was what I used to work on with all my streams and builds and all that stuff. This one's way bigger and way better. So yeah. But yeah, here we are. The new setup, the new hotness. Love it. But yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? We're going to be doing some fun stuff tonight. We're unboxing some really cool stuff. The new pre-built rebuilt system is here finally. We're going to be taking a look at a keyboard from Ducky, and we're going to be taking a look at something from something just completely out of left field, which is going to be pretty much the new centerpiece to my whole background here, and I can't wait for that. But it's going to be more than that in the future. We'll talk about that. But it's also going to be an interesting little giveaway this time around, because let's say it's a democratic giveaway. You guys actually get to choose the prize. So out of 2 things, you get to choose which one the winner is going to get. And I know I could like do the drawing and then let the winner pick, but where's the fun in that? So yeah, stick around, because that giveaway, the winner is going to be drawn tonight live on stream, and the winner does have to be present to win. So yeah, settle in, get some popcorn going, or order a pizza or whatever, and eat it on my behalf, because I'm going to be going, no time for food. Let's say hi to some people. What's going on, Lone Vaquero? How's it going? Glad to see you back in first place there. Dodger Dog, welcome. Bone Shock, how's it going? What's up, Ameridan? How's it going? Appreciate that. You guys letting me know that I was muted. Dark Force 2008, what's up? And yeah, I'm caught up. Dodger Dog, thank you for the Prime sub. Let me do that a little better. Dodger Dog, thank you for the Prime sub. And thank you for your support. Let's go, nerds. There we go. I'm a little out of sorts right now. I'm trying to get my bearings. Dinner with Bray, a prize? No. What about Discord dinner? Is that a thing? That could be kind of cool, actually. Maybe a little weird, but kind of cool. Discord dinner, maybe. That's the consolation prize. Rarutu, welcome. Arabian Night, what's up? How's it going? Alice, welcome to you. Robert Fixit, what's going on? Look at us all early like, well, a little bit. I realized I had not set up the giveaway when I was about to start the stream, so I spent like 12 minutes doing that. What's up, Falcon Northwest? How's it going? Glad to see you. Hope you're navigating all the tumultuous, the current tumultuous landscape well enough. I wish you the best of luck with that. Lombardero, I obtained a Wii U copy of Breath of the Wild. I'm playing on totally legit Nintendo hardware. Very cool. I'll ignore the quotations. I mean, yeah, nice. Actually, it's funny. I just found something that I had been missing for a while, and it was my first Switch. Ignore that. Don't pay any attention to that thing. That's just a thing right there. Which is my first Nintendo Switch, which was one of the original models, if you know what I mean. And I was super sad because I had never actually taken the opportunity to explore its extra features. I'm going to be doing that now, so that's cool. Caught it live for 1 out of 10 shows. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you being here. Falcon Northwest, thank you. Edit King, what's up? Welcome. We have royalty among us. Your Majesty, how's it going? But yeah, so we're going to be starting this off because you guys know the longest one's going to be the Starforge Systems PC unboxing. That's going to take the longest. That's how that goes. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do the piece from a company called Mini Katana, and I could actually ask Kelly about this, and I haven't yet. But I mean, if you go onto Mini Katana's store on their site and you look at some of the products, there are mini katanas there. And I think maybe that's just where they started. And then they were like, what about like non-mini katanas and also other kinds of swords and sword like things and accessories? Uh Mini katana, we sell swords and sword accessories. That's you guys can go ahead and use that in your materials for 6. I'll give you 6 months with my likeness. There you go, for just that clip in that context. Mikey Mike, what's going on? Welcome. It is a sword. Let's go. It's not a sword, Dodger Dog. It is not a sword. Look at the title. If you got them to make a Braithorn sword, I'm copping that. They already have a purple katana. That role has been filled. TPC says Starforge G, maybe? What's up, TPC? How's it going? Welcome. So the Starforge, and I want to make it really clear that the giveaway is that. By the way, I actually didn't do a thing to link the giveaway on Twitch. I got to do that real quick. If you're on YouTube, just check the description. The link for the giveaway is right there. It is open now. And for Twitch, let me make a quick little. Let's see, streaming tool. No. Chatbot. Timer. Add new timer. Oops. Cancel. Okay, there we go. And then I'll make a command as well, a giveaway command. Chat command. Oh, I'm on the YouTube side of things. Well, I guess it'll show up there too. Okay, let's go over to the Twitch side of things. Don't need a command there. It's gonna pop up, but I don't need a command there. Because I already have it in the description. Let's see. I know there's a giveaway command in the defaults. Maybe not. Okay. Okay. And then we go to timers. There should be a giveaway timer there too. I'll just make a custom one real quick. Okay, there we go. I need to add something to the YouTube one real quick that I put in the Twitch one. That you must be present to win. You do need to be here later on tonight to win. So for those who are on weird hours, I do apologize. There we go. All right, cool. Got it. Neat. Manly Reviews has got the Brittany mic too. Well, Liam, when I'm walking around here and unboxing a PC, I just like I don't want to be the lapel's gonna rub on stuff, and like I don't want to be on a dynamic mic. I mean, come on, man, just like give me a break here. Come on, I'm sorry. Okay, don't call me out like that. Yeah, I got this thing a while back because I used to do the lapels, and I would just hear like when I'd be playing back the VOD, I'd hear like stuff like that. It's great. But yeah, so we're gonna get to the first unboxing. Playing before, nice shirt by the way. Thank you. Nice chat message by the way. What's up, Tough? How's it going? How are you? And yeah, no Braithorn sword. Sorry, Mini Katana's not there. So, anyways, so Mini Katana, this site that does all these, they do things like they do replica swords, they do battle ready swords, they also have accessories, things like that. And I saw something on there because when I helped out Kelly from Mini Katana, part of the content creation team there, I helped them out with a PC. They're like, or he was like, hey, go to the, let me know if you want anything, like, and I was like, I went on the site and I saw this thing I'm about to unbox, and I was like, that's it, like that's going in the setup forever. So, and then we have other ideas what we're gonna do with it, and you'll see that, or we'll talk about that later. But we're gonna go ahead and unbox the first thing. But yes, so the giveaway that I'm doing is gonna be something between a gift card at Mini Katana or the smaller version of the keyboard I'm going to be unboxing later. And chat is going to get to vote on that. That's you. Yeah, you're that. That's you. So saying it's a democratic giveaway. So yeah, let's just reveal this thing. Of course, if you saw the thumbnail on YouTube, you already know. By the way, this box is a little collapsed because my cat liked to lay on it. Sorry. Where do we go to put in for giveaway? That message should be popping up. Type in !giveaway, it'll come up. So if you want a hint as to what this is, I am literally surrounded by them. I am curious as to how they would pack something like this. Let's go to the top down. Oh, hello. You want to follow me, camera? That'd be cool. Go. Okay. Free paper. Always down with that. Oh boy. We were talking about this a little bit. Kelly and I talked about this a little bit, tiny bit, not a lot, but it is made in China. As a lot of the stuff you'll see when it comes to things like replica swords and memorabilia are going to be made in China. You know what? I'm using the wrong tool to unbox this. Hold on. Because Mini Katana is really cool because like a lot of people probably find their channel through the shorts, the short form content. But if you're not watching their long form content, you are missing out because they do really cool stuff. And they've been doing more forging. And this is the first knife I ever forged. I'm doing backwards here. The first knife I ever forged. Almost like a little bit of a Kopesh style, but in a knife. Little belly on it, you know. Full tang. Did the woodworking, did everything. Yeah. Why not unbox with this? Oh, that's a great sound. I love that sound. I used to do a little bit of knife making, a little bit of blacksmithing. This is just all four here. There's no hinge on this box. So let's do this carefully. Also did the leather working for the sheath too. I used to be very much into making things. Now the building PC aspect of that is all that remains for now. Box in a box, double unbox, boxception, maybe. Yeah. Surrounded by what? It's surrounded by idiots. If only you had a small katana to open it. I probably have one somewhere. All right. So that's my kid's favorite game series of all time as well. Yep, that's me. Oh, hold on. What's my camera doing? Look at that. Just who like? There's gonna be people who just don't see this. That's super cool. Oh boy, yeah. Look at this hardware on here. Oh man, what is this? What are you? Okay, so there's mounting stuff here because you can see a little mounting hole there. So let me. Oh. Thing's almost 7 pounds. Yeah, look at that. Here, because there's a little bit more light. Look at that matte finish on there. Oh man, that is beautiful. Oh, can't get a great, super cool attention to detail for sure. Alucard, love that emblem. I love the description of that on the website. It's priced at 3,000 rupees. Oh, nice. This is freaking gorgeous. Hold up. And of course, this is also meant to be used for cosplay, if that's something that you want to do. Wait, there's... Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, whatever company actually makes these, they need to put holes in this. Because you see, this is not an actual... there are different kinds of medieval style buckles. And some of them don't have tongues like that. Not the tongue. What's this called? Is it called the tongue? I don't know. But if you have this, you need the holes in it. I have leather working tools. So I can do that, but your average person's not going to have that. So that is that's a little bit of a mar on an otherwise absolutely gorgeous shield. I don't think I mean I got to like hold this. I want to. All right. That is a good size shield. Bro. Hold on, wait. Ding, right? You know what I mean? The sound. Okay, that was terrible. But the sound when you parry in Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. All right, yes. I don't think I would recommend it for surfing though. This looks so good. It's the wrist strap and handle swappable. Captain Hylia. Not quite what his name is, but one thing I'm glad to see is that although it doesn't seem to be the case on the strap here, go back to top down. Where did I put that button? It's a new button on this setup. It doesn't seem to be removable on the strap here. This looks like it's just like, I don't know, glued in, bolted in, whatever. But there are hex screws here where I can remove the handle. And now why would I want to do that? This is plastic, by the way. There are mixed materials here. Like the inside is plastic and the outside is metal. Let's just double check that real quick, though. For the sake of thoroughness. What did I do with it? Got a magnet here. There you are. So, plastic, metal. You can't see what I'm doing. Oh my god, that's really strong. Okay. Let's not scratch the paint. There we go. Very, that's sheet metal right there. Don't scratch your paint. There are a few little blemishes on this, but if this is something where you just want to like put it on your wall, it's usually not going to be an issue. Take a close look. What is this thing doing? There we go. So let's get a good look at, let's bring up this light here. So like this golden metallic right here is probably the only part of this that feels cheap, but that's looking at it up close. I'm going to put this thing up. I already have a nail in the wall for this, ready to go. And yeah, sweet. Hell yeah, Falcon Northwest, 100%. 2Die4 says that's beautiful. Absolutely. Now, again, this is a metal shield. This is a metal shield. With the fittings, or the, what is it? What's the word? Furnishings. With the furnishings on the back to be able to actually use it for cosplay. So with this being a life-sized metal shield with all that, what would you guess the cost of something like this? Like if you saw it at a cosplay shop or something. I realized I caught myself off guard because I don't have it ready to like. If you already looked at it, don't. Okay, I get it. Steve, what's going on? Welcome. Braythorn's gonna save Hyrule. Amazing. I would love to. Well, actually, I've played the games. He goes through some pretty rough times, to be honest. So whoever gets the right price enters the giveaway. No, the giveaway entry is right there. Stream Elements is dropping it right now. Nice shield, brother. What's up, Triple B? How's it going? Bears Beach and Battlestars coming in. How are you? 250. Not quite. I'll just go ahead and drop it. I mean, anyone can click the link, at least in the YouTube description. It is 175, so it's not dirt cheap. But here's the cool thing. It was not very long. We didn't even get very far in the conversation between myself and Kelly before he was like, "Hey, so do you want like an affiliate code?" He seemed enthusiastic about our stuff, and like, Kelly's hung out in the stream a few times and is just a super chill dude. And yeah, so, but here's the real kicker. Okay, what am I gonna do with this thing? Well, first off, we're gonna do this. Okay. For right now, because I can't. I mean, it needs a place to live. Okay, it's. I'm a little saddened by the lack of holes in that. That's quite the oversight. Let's see if this is gonna fit right here. I can't see what I'm doing. Come on. Freaking come on. How cool is that? How freaking cool is this? It's super cool, okay? Like, that's awesome. I'm not crazy, right? Like, that's insanely cool, right? You agree, right? The thing is, it's not going to stay there forever. And why is that? Well, the gears started turning slowly, like they do. But they started turning. And I realized the size of this thing is quite appropriate for something like, I don't know, a wall-mounted ITX gaming PC. So started talking about that with Kelly, and then I started talking with a friend of mine who does custom case designs, has a case company, and does PC modding and designs. And I was, hey, something that's wall mountable that can also support like a 6.5 pound shield on the front, and so we can have it to where the RGB is just spilling out from the sides of it, like, and the PC's behind it. And you just run your cables through the wall, so like it's all hidden. And he was like, "Yo, that sounds awesome. Like, I'm down for that." So we're gonna make it into a PC. It's gonna be a PC. Why shouldn't it be? Come on. It's gonna be a computer for gaming. I'm not playing Zelda though, because you can't do that on a PC. Okay, you kind of, you're not supposed to. But like, it's so freaking good looking. This is it. Like between the, forget it, forget it. This is super cool. It's too cool. I get just forget it, forget it, forget it, forget it. And also, let's talk about the packaging real quick, just to show you. This does use closed cell foam all around it. It is very, very thick foam, okay, because it has to get the convexity of the shield in it. It does come with mounting hardware, which consists of a single wall anchor and a single screw, which is really all you need. I'd put one nail up there. That's all I did. There's just one nail holding that up because it's not solid steel or something. It is sheet metal over like, and then there's layers of like different composites. I don't actually have the details on that. Plastic. There's some pleather in there. Yeah, I can play Zelda. Okay, Wet Willie. I know. I know. Glad to catch you too, Steve. We're glad you caught me. Welcome to the stream. Well, it's cheaper than I expected. Oh, that's the other thing. It didn't take long until Kelly was like, hey, well, do you want an affiliate code? Because clearly, like, you like this stuff. And that would probably actually be a good fit. I was like, you know, how many people who come to help getting a PC are going to be making a setup of some kind? And they have, like, historical replica and battle-ready swords. They have anime and gaming replica weapons. It's super cool, and there's kind of something for everybody. And having something like that in your setup, there's even ones that like light up, okay? That you like cyberpunk? They have the cyberpunk katana, like the iconic one with the cutouts in it and stuff. It's just super cool. So whatever your setup is, there's gonna be something cool for it. I saw this and I was like, I can't not have that in my setup. This thing's like 2 feet tall. But of course, I saw an opportunity to like take it to the next level because they were super generous. Kelly was like, well, we're just gonna send it out to you, and you can have, you know, you don't have to unbox it on stream, you don't have to do anything. We're just sending it out to you. And they didn't sponsor this or anything. And if you look in the YouTube channel, it shows none of these 3 products are sponsored in any way. But and that's a lot of my unboxing. That's how I do a lot of these. Otherwise, it's not a review; it's a product feature. Whatever scrutiny I was giving to certain parts of it, like the golden part of the Triforce there, where I was like, well, it's a little bit, that's the only part that feels a little cheap. Well, from this distance and just in the background, it just looks perfect. I have 0 notes at that point. And I thought getting the shield etched on the glass of my son's D-frame PC was cool. Your idea is over the top, man. Dan, I think like a YouTuber. That's all it is. Now, here's a fun fact, and the reason I was actually a little nervous about this. I've worked with some pretty big channels. You know, I've interviewed Jay's 2 Cents. I've talked to, I've you know, I work with PC World on stuff. I mean, they're not massive, but they're way, way, way bigger than me. Mini Katana has 20.4 million subscribers on YouTube. That's just YouTube. If you haven't seen some of their content, yeah, you have, probably. If you scroll through the shorts, you probably have. If you have any interest in any of this stuff, and the algorithm has caught onto that, then yeah, you're going to see something from them. Now, hopefully it caught your attention. Maybe you dropped a sub, maybe you didn't, but a lot of people did. So that's a little nerve-wracking for me because I did tell them, and this is like unlikely to happen, but I was like, hey, well, I mean, if it turns out well, do you guys want one? And it's going to turn out well, guys. I mean, like for their content house that they have. It's going to turn out well, guys, because I've got one of the best custom case designers I know. Maybe the best that I know on the case. But until, like, that's the thing, is I don't want to drop info on that until either I get permission from them to do so, or until we get started, which is going to be after Computex. I have so much stuff to work on. This is more a passion project. Of course, I have a YouTube channel. It's kind of all a passion project.
You know what I mean.
It's not going to be like a main priority. It's going to be maybe a long-term project, but the end result is going to be pretty cool. I'm fairly certain of that. So if you like what you see, there is going to be an opportunity during this stream to either win a gift card. Now, they're not sponsoring this. They're not providing the giveaway thing. This is out of pocket for me. Just because I really am excited about having them send this to me and having it in my setup and working on that project. And I kind of want to share that excitement with you guys. There's going to be a choice between a gift card for mini katana, paid for by me, or a smaller version of the keyboard I'm about to unbox. That one would also be paid for by me. The gift card's pretty much going to be for the value of that keyboard, so I think it's like $150 or something like that. So you're like $20 off of getting one of these shields. $25 off of getting one of these shields before shipping, if you win it. Yeah, pretty good. They also have a wooden stand that you can get for it if you want. Kudos on the packaging. It was really well packed. It's and that's always something we got to think about because like the outside of the box was not pristine. That inside box, y'all saw that. That's like fresh squeezed cardboard, right? And I mean not like squeezed, but I mean fresh from the tree cardboard. All right, that's like brand new cardboard. It looks perfect in there. Okay, now I'm just mad because I'm blocking it. All right, this is the stream now, everybody. There you go. When I sit down, oh, it's going to be showing. Yeah, you'll see it. All right. So that's that. Like, how am I not going to love this? I've been playing Zelda games since before most of y'all were born. So, yeah, I have the Triforce tattooed right here. And you won't see it because it's very bare bones tattoo. It's just the Triforce. I'm going to be doing the whole crest with it. I kind of want the one that's in that box now. That's all like, just like, that's beautiful. That was a beautiful Triforce. Each Triforce had its symbol from that individual goddess. It was really cool. It'll if I do a video for this, it'll be in there. And by the way, Dan, that was cool for you to get the shield etched on the glass. Like, you are correct about that. Okay. So that's that one. That was pretty quick to get that done. Let's see. This next one is going to be interesting because there are a lot of keyboards out there, okay? There are a lot of gaming keyboards, RGB keyboards, fancy keyboards, cheap keyboards. There's all kinds of keyboards on the market. That's when the option paralysis sets in. And you just don't know which is the right one to get. But when there are certain features only very few select keyboards are going to have, this is one of them. I've been excited about unboxing this thing for the longest time. I've really wanted to get my hands on it. And I talked to them about this a while back, and we've been waiting, and here. It's here. So, my fellow swarmies, this you may have already seen some content on this, but this sorry, it's upside down. This is the Ducky One X. And yes, I got the one with the 10 key on it, right? Because I like that. I like having that. This is the Ducky One X. And this is the world's first inductive keyboard. So it is, as it says here, redefining analog keyboard because it's not a typical analog keyboard. Now, what does that even mean? Because in order to understand that, you have to understand how keyboards work in the first place. And really, it's just a whole bunch of, you're closing a circuit. You're basically like, there's two wires. Think of it that way, right? And when you put them together, you have electricity go through, right? That's what keyboard switches do. They just close that circuit. That's it. And then the board sends a signal to the computer and saying, hey, that was an F to be placed in chat or whatever, right? Now, what if it wasn't just off or on? Because if you look at something like this, okay, a controller, right? You want that off and on kind of pressing. You can do that with your D-pad, right? But that's not always appropriate for every kind of situation. Sometimes you need a little bit more fine-tuned control. So you have the analog stick, right? There's all kinds of those, right? But imagine that kind. So pressing up, instead of being like, you're not pressing up now, you are pressing up now. Instead, it's like this, right? You're pressing up a little bit more, and now a lot, all the way. Well, for this keyboard, the keys do that. If it's in a context where that means anything, okay. Otherwise, if you're just like typing, it just actuates. It just says, okay, you weren't pressing the A key, now you are pressing the A key. But if you're talking about something like, oh, I don't know, you're playing GTA 5 and you're going from running around, being a good person probably, to getting in a car and trying to turn left and right without it being, but rather a little bit of that, a little bit of this, you need analog. My whole thing with GTA 5 when I would play it a lot was that I would go, or GTA Online, I would go from keyboard mouse to controller. What's your favorite Zelda game? Says Wet Willy Gaming. It was A Link to the Past for the longest time. Through many Zelda games. Up until Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Collectively, those are kind of one game, so that's pretty much my favorite now. But I still play Link to the Past all the time through randomizers. So, still love it to this day. Timeless classic. Anyway. So this is an analog keyboard. Now, I was saying, I think I said it in the description of the YouTube stream that this is a really interesting keyboard and it has a feature that may save my butt, and I'll explain later. Now is later. Before, that was before, and now wasn't now yet. It was going to be later, but later is now, so we're going to talk about it now. You follow? Okay. I really want to get into GTA RP, and I've tried a few servers for it, tried a few things. But for that, there are so many instances. Like, there's people who just get used to driving and flying with keyboard because they're just playing mouse and keyboard, because there are so many hotkeys. You often type things to say what your status is. Like, you tag yourself as, like, no pulse or whatever, if, like, someone who is RPing as a medic is trying to check you out, or like, weak pulse, whatever, pale, and you do that, or you say eating a chili dog or whatever. You're constantly typing in those. Yet you're also driving and flying around and doing all kinds of stuff like that. So I don't want to be switching back and forth between keyboard and mouse and controller. So this is probably going to be my answer to that. Now, this is not just a gimmick. Not just a gimmicky keyboard. Ducky could have gone that route and probably sold a whole bunch of keyboards. Okay, they didn't. They did not do that. Go over a little bit of what it says here on the box. There's a lot of the basic stuff here. It does have the Ducky AI switch. Now, that AI does not mean artificial intelligence. I know that you were already cringing to the moon and back, okay? But no, it's what is it? Analog inductive is what that is, okay? Analog inductive. Very, very smart marketing on their part for those who are not completely sick of the two letters A and I. A lot of searches going on for that. A lot of things going on with that. You missed old, stolen from previous employers' keyboards. I I don't miss those because they weren't used just by me. There were other kinds of skin cells and hair all up in them, snacks, salt, no, crumbs and stuff. Yeah, no thanks. Saltgirl12, hey man, wanted to say thank you for helping me find a PC. You're very welcome. You are very welcome. I hope that PC is working well for you, and welcome to the stream. What was I saying? Oh, all right. So, Ducky One X. There we go. So, next gen analog switches, Ducky AI switches, analog inductive, offer greater accuracy, consistency, and power efficiency over traditional analog switches. And there are different things you can set. Plus, one really cool thing about this is that you don't have to install software. It is browser-based software. So you don't have to install software that's going to slow down your PC or anything like that. And you can actually change the way, like the actuation points and everything. There's all kinds of different settings that you can do with that. There's things like rapid trigger that you can set up, and or it has rapid trigger, I should say, where you can trigger a key, and you don't have to come back up all the way to trigger it again. If you're like pop, doing stuff like that. It also talks about a sublime typing experience, and they really went for it here. If you know keyboard stuff, you'll know what I mean when I say that it is gasket mount with 7 layers of sound dampening. So the acoustics should be really, really good on this. And the gasket mounting will help a lot with the typing feel, so you don't have a harsh bottom out on each keystroke. And versatile connection, it has a tri-mode connection where you have USB 2.4 gigahertz. You have, of course, USB wired, and then you have Bluetooth as well. So let's take this thing out of here, yeah? We'll talk more about the features as we go, though. There we go. Just help these little guys out. Ow, poked myself. That is really in there. The tolerances are... Don't worry, this thing isn't very sharp, so poking myself is just like a hey kind of thing, not a I need a Band-Aid kind of thing. That was really in there. There we go. No tape. All right, nice. I opted for the white. I like white peripherals, generally. It's a nice vacuum molded cover for this. Heck, this thing feels sturdy enough where you might actually just keep this around and just use it as a dust cover for your keyboard when you're not using it. That's pretty, yeah, it's like pretty sturdy. Oh, this is heavy. I wish I had a scale here. This thing is weighty. It is not a lightweight keyboard, and that's normal. You usually want that. You want your mouse to be light and your keyboard to be nice and chunky. Keeps it planted, keeps it in place, gives a feel of quality. Some are able to just kind of fake that. But let's see how Ducky approached that. It's funny. I'm gonna tell you a little thing about Ducky. I was at Computex last year, and I saw the Ducky booth, and I love keyboards. I'm not a keyboard fanatic. I've never built a keyboard from scratch, but I love keyboards. It's one of the 2 ways you interface with your PC manually, right? So, but it's like, man, I don't have any basis to talk to them. And well, here they talk to me. So that's just really cool. So the keyboard's here, and we're going to take a look at that. Yes, but first, let's see what comes with this. You have your manual, and your warranty information, and your like other stuff. Let's pull this up right here. You have a keycap puller right here with the little whoop. There we go. Keycap puller. Let's open that up. is for removing your keycaps. Very helpful for when you want to. There we go. Very helpful for when you want to clean your keyboard. Right here, you want to actually take the keycaps out and really get in there. It's therapeutic for me. I really like cleaning my keyboards and stuff. Okay, we have our USB-C cable. Let's see what kind they sent us, what kind of quality we're looking at. Okay, so this is a braided sleeved cable. Yeah, it's a sleeved cable here. You have USB Type-C to USB Type-C and a Type-A to Type-C adapter. So you'll be able to use this. Oh my God, there we go. I always have to look backwards at everything. I should have a reversed monitor for this. But yeah, so that you're going to be able to use this with whatever you got. And they went with the Ducky sort of yellow-orange color. I'm sure there's a name for it, a Pantone, but I don't know what that is. I also kind of like these kind of cable wraps because they're very, very reusable. And this feels, let's see how pliable this is. Well, you can actually, feels like you can actually mold this. So that's nice if you want to have it kind of very specifically situated in your setup. There we go. We'll just pull that right over that. There we go. Our cable, that's our adapter. We have some extra keycaps, interestingly enough. Oh, yeah, that's right. So for Year of the Dragon, which is when this one was boxed up, they included a dragon spacebar in here, which is really nice. That's really gorgeous artwork on there. And then you have these keycaps to just replace some of the keycaps that are on there if you want to. That's nice. Speaking of keycaps, high purity, double shot PBT, shine through legends on the keys. So you do have your this is an RGB keyboard, of course. I mean, come on. What year is it? And because it's double shot PBT of high purity, it's not going to get a shine to the keys for like I don't know, you'd have to really go for it to get anything going there. It's going to just last for a long time. And really durable. And oh, I shouldn't have done that yet. What is this little thing here? I feel like this is an extra little prize or something. Okay. Oh, okay. What are you? So, okay, so that's like opened, but there's this. I thought it maybe would be an escape key. That's a little big and it doesn't have your uh mounting for a keycap. It's a little brush. It's a little ducky brush with the Ducky logo, Ducky, the mascot, to clean your keyboard with. It's like rubber. It's nice. And then you have a little base for it. This one got a little messed up, I guess, when they were putting it together. So some of the bristles are around. But when you're cleaning your keyboard and you're using this thing vigorously to get all the Dorito crumbs out of there, it's gonna get messed up like that anyway. That's really cute. Thank you, Ducky. Appreciate that. Should I swap out for the dragon spacebar? Welcome back, Lone Vaquero. I'd like my RGB with my RGB on top of my RGB next to my RGB. Kanaka the Great. I mean, would you like some fries with that? Dorito crumbs, I feel personally attacked. Cheeto crumbs? Nature Valley granola bar crumbs. Maybe you're healthy. Those things make more crumbs than anything out there in the food world. Gaming in the Dark, says Super T. Are we? I don't think we are. Or Chaos, what's going on? Hi, greetings. What's up? Maybe I'm being picky, but I'm not sure. I'm not so big on normal full-size keyboards anymore, just due to their size. The 96%, etc., without the arrow key rows are nice. They have a mini, which is a 60% or 65%. Let me see which one that is. 60%. They have a 60% version. However, I plan on using this thing for cases where I might need to type in a bunch of numbers really fast, and I love a 10 key for that. Oh, this thing is weighty. So now we're going to take a look at the keyboard itself. Now I got a bag of purple Doritos. Well, those are fine then. Gaming in the Dark. Yes, you could do that with this. Sometimes they give custom keys to replace the escape key too. Yeah, that's some of these in here. You got an escape key in here in this sort of peach color, which I think really does complement the white nicely, but I got some purple keycaps that might find their way onto here. But yeah, there's different legends on some of these keycaps, and I don't know if that's too bright for you to see it. Hold on, hold on. Logo's in the way. We got like duck feet right there, and you have the ducky logo there, just escape. Just a couple keys. Cool. And the enter key right here, there's a white enter key, white and gray, because they put the peach enter key on there by default. But I got to tell y'all, 7 layers of sound dampening is crazy. We're going to have to hear this thing for ourselves. Let me put all the stuff, the box stuff back in the box. And yeah, should I change out the space bar for the Year of the Dragon space bar? Okay. I can then show you how to do it. I'm surprised there's not a... Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me see. So let's pull off the space bar here. For the space bar, I like to just... There we go. Extreme close-up. Whoa. You just can use this to get in from each side. Get under the corner and just sort of pull up gently. Not too aggressively, just a little gently right there. And then it pops up. And we have pulled out the switch. Interesting. That was not intentional. And this is not a standard switch. So you're not looking at like your standard hot swap on this. It looks like. So, yeah. Huh. Let's just pop that back in there. I mean, clearly they mean for you to be able to remove your keycaps, which is why they give you keycaps. So that was just my bad. I was just not quite gentle enough with it, I guess. Here's a better look at the Year of the Dragon spacebar. It is very cool. Imagine if this is all double shot, but it's not. You can tell. But that is a really gorgeous spacebar. Of course, there are the new Ducky stabilizers. They have improved them from their previous ones. Stabilizers, if you don't know, are extra bits that go onto the very long keys on each end, so that if you push over here, it pushes the entire spacebar. Let's just take this, put it in here. There we go. So this is not a standard hot swap. And this one did come with linear switches. That's kind of necessary for the kind of experience you would be getting with this, to have that analog feel. Can't keep that out, actually. Don't need a keycap puller. But that's why you don't see a switch puller plus keycap puller, because usually you'll get one tool that does both. In case you don't know, some keyboards have hot swappable switches, so that if you don't like the way your keys feel anymore when you type, you can get keys that feel heavier or louder or have a different tactility to them. The tactile ones are definitely that. But okay, we now have our key right here. Let's take a look at some of the stuff here. So you have a USB Type-C port right there. You have a switch that goes between USB, wireless 2.4 right here, and Bluetooth. You have your dongle right there. Every device that uses one needs to have a place to put it, and this one certainly does. That is nice. You got this nice satin metal piece back here. Look at that. There you go. It's got the Ducky One X branding on there. This thing is super heavy, but the only like weighted plate I see here is this. But oh boy, you know what? I'm doing this. We're getting out a secondary microphone here. Hey, follow me. There we go. I guess I can just hold it up to it. And are you connected? No. Okay, and I have both microphones going, as you can see. That's really nice. It feels really good. It feels really, really good. Aside from a keyboard that I have that cost me like $350 when I got it, this is the nicest keyboard I have, and it is way cheaper than that. So there is the full size, and like this one here that has the number pad. If you're doing any kind of data entry, which I kind of do now and then, a number pad, if you're used to doing it, a 10 key, can be really nice. There is also a calculator shortcut button there, which I definitely appreciate. Okay, so the Ducky One X full size inductive keyboard is $179. And I mean, you do have to remember that this is an analog keyboard that has that feature. Ridiculously cool. Now the thing is, I'm probably not going to test that out a lot on stream here. I'll look forward to a short form video that I'm going to do. Ducky actually didn't even ask me to unbox this live on stream. They didn't sponsor me to do this. They just sent me the keyboard to do a sponsored short where I'm not going to be real. Okay, let me turn this off because you're probably getting double audio now. I'm going to be doing a sponsored short for them where I just go over the features of this. You need less opinions when it comes to a sponsored piece. It can't be a review. It has to just be a product feature, which I'll always be, you'll always see like sponsored by so-and-so whenever I do those. So look for that where I'm going to be showing how it actually affects certain games, how it actually works in certain games. Because you have this thing where you can lightly press it and you'll just start just walking just a little bit. Cat's Life, good afternoon. What are you giving away? Well, it is going to be it's going to be either the smaller version of this, the 60%. It depends on what chat votes for later. By the way, don't forget that, guys. Two things. You do have to be here to win. Drawing should be at 11:30, I believe. No, it's not. It's not. It's at midnight. And we're gonna do a fun thing with it that I've done in the last couple giveaways that has been awesome. I've really enjoyed doing. So we get to choose either between the 60% version of this, which is $139 on mechanicalkeyboards.com. Not sponsored by them. That's just what I'm looking at. So $139 for the 60% or $179 for the full size, which I would happily pay. I would, yeah, 100%. This feels so good. We'll do it. I'll do a typing test. I am going to have a problem with that when it comes to my words per minute because I'm used to typing on a split ergonomic keyboard, which changes everything. And it feels weird to be doing this with my hands. But yeah, we'll do that later. When I have the review PC up and running, we'll do a typing test. But man, it sounds amazing. It's not a loud keyboard. If you want clicky clacky keys, if you want like blue type switches, this is not for you. 7 layers of sound dampening would just ruin that effect for you anyway. The only thing I would say is that, and this is not something that's possible for a keyboard like this that has the analog thing, but I definitely prefer silent tactile keys rather than linear, but these have to be linear, and I'm just going to have to get used to it. And I might just get a little bit too used to it and want to put linear switches on all my stuff. We'll see. I have a 96%. It still has a 10 key, but it's just missing the extra columns for the home and page up, page down keys. One of the rarer keyboard sizes in most go 75% or 60% these days. I do like a good 75%. I really do. And I can understand how someone like any esports player or someone who's really into competitive first-person shooters doesn't need all this. You just get yourself your WASD, your SAD W right here, and your space bar, maybe a couple other keys in your mouse, and you're good. You need like an acre to move your mouse arm around if you're doing the long arm thing like some of those pros do. I'm gonna get some just scrumptious B-roll of this thing and make sure I show its best side, because that's something that I like to do as part of the thing that you get with sponsoring me for a video. I let the product speak for itself. I don't have to give it a lot of praise if it's well designed and well made. And if it's not, I'm not going to accept a sponsorship for that. Just one thing for you guys. Like, I got to mess with this a little bit a couple months ago, at CES, just a little touch. I knew I was going to like it. I knew I was going to like it a lot. So that's why it was like, okay, yes, I'll do a sponsored short for that. There you go. I have to like something to accept a sponsorship for it. I like when I was doing sales jobs. Some of my first jobs were sales jobs, like where I was, whatever. If it was something, a product I realized I didn't really like, I left. I would leave that company. I would go somewhere else. Yeah, because for me, like my greatest success is when I'm talking about something I'm enthusiastic about. That's where I find success usually. So. I hope you liked the little sound demonstration there. I hope I didn't mess up any of the audio. Looks great, a little expensive for my taste, but nonetheless awesome. Mikey Mike, you do got to remember, there is a specific use case for this, and that's usually comes with an expense. If you don't need analog switches in your keyboard, to where you're like, oh, I want to be able to do different levels of running in this game or whatever, this keyboard's probably not for you. And Ducky has a ton of other great keyboards that don't have the analog switches, that are more standard hot swappable switches, where you can get your, you can get your box KL switches, or you can get your whatever switches you want. I tried to pick out a few names of the switches I know, and they all jumped into my brain at once, and I was like, oh my god, just whatever. If you want tactile or clicky, or you want linear, they have all those keyboards. This is for a specific use case. Yeah, like GTRP. Yes. That was why I led with that. Because, like, I know you can get amazing keyboards for like $75. And I mean, Ducky has a few of those, just to be clear. If I'm not mistaken. See if I can look them up by clicking on the mechanical keyboards. Oh, you can get a silicone dust cover for it too. That's nice. Okay, I'm going to go back to Ducky's original page here. I want to talk a little bit about some of the features here while I'm looking at this. Okay, I already talked about the next-gen analog switches, the typing experience with 7-layer dampening, which I can actually go into what those layers are. You have the housing gaskets, and you have the silicone bottom foam, IXPE foam, PET acoustics isolation layer, IXPE sheet, EVA plate foam, gaskets, PET switch dampening sheet, and a partridge and a pear tree. But yeah, so I do notice that even though this is gasket mounted, and it might be because they packed in so much dampening, there's not a lot of flex to the board. And you might be like, oh, good, it's really solid. No, that actually helps with bottoming out. You don't want a harsh end to your keystroke. and that's called a harsh bottom out. Like that's the key, when the key press bottoms out, it's harsh, yada yada. When you hear keyboard reviewers, they talk about that. That's what that means. It's like if you're eating a delicious sandwich and then you get punched in the face at the end. You know, that makes it ruins all the good stuff that happened before. Okay, so it's not harsh. It's not harsh, but it doesn't have that sort of flexibility. I'm noticing that I want if I'm gonna be typing a lot. But it's not bad, and there feels like there's other people who have reviewed this board months before I got it. All right, so it could be me. I could be crazy. But it really feels like as you continue to press, there is a continuous building resistance before you hit the bottom. And I think that helps to keep it from having a harsh bottom out feel, because it's like, I don't know, regenerative braking or something. You're letting off the gas and starting to like use that to regenerate. You know, it's like resistance growing. That seems to be what happens at like compression of a spring. You know, springs all the way out here. It's easy to compress. Once you start getting to where it's getting tight, it's really hard to compress. It feels like that on this, and that's probably what we're seeing here. If you look at something like a tactile, I mean, once you get past that, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into switches and stuff. It's not my content. I like that stuff, but you know, I'll let Hipio talk about it. And then next time I see him at TwitchCon, he can be like, "Yeah, I heard you talking about keyboards." Maybe don't do that anymore. I forgot that was aimed for when I'm standing up, and it was actually funnier that way. So stand by it. Let's talk about some of the extra keys that you have here. You have 3 volume keys here. So you have a muting key and then volume down, volume up. If you're looking at the 60%, that's probably going to happen through a function key. And there are a few function keys. Like there's an interesting one here, which I'll show in some B-roll when I'm talking about. It says BT1, BT2, BT3, and BT4. So if you hold function and you press one of these, you can have up to 4 Bluetooth devices that this thing's already paired with, and quickly swap between them if they're all on. That's really cool. I'm guessing that. I'm probably right. But there's not a lot of other function stuff here. Like you're not going to see that much. There's only very few on the 60%. There's going to be a whole bunch of them that have that. But because you have your 10 key, you have all of your, insert, home, page up, page down, delete, end, all these print screen, everything here. You have all of that. You don't really need to put it underneath another layer that hides behind the function key. Barutu, welcome back. How's it going? But yes, I agree with what you said about the commands for GTRP. This keyboard would be great. Yeah, I mean, I can drive without feeling like I'm, hitting an off and on switch for the throttle and for turning, and that'll be nice. I'm really gonna want to give that a try. But that's like the first time I heard of an analog keyboard, I was like, yo, that could be really nice for that, because I've always been trying to switch everything to keyboard, but I hate driving or flying with a mouse and keyboard in that game. It's not natural feeling at all. Joyful Star, I bought my first keyboard recently. Alla F99. Haven't heard of that one. And honestly, this is not really my YouTube channel is not keyboard focused. It's focused on the next thing I'm going to be unboxing, which is a pre-built PC. That's my main channel stuff, helping people who are new to PCs find the right pre-built for their needs. Or if you want to, if you come and get help one-on-one during my PC matchmaking streams and you want to do a DIY build, I can also spec out a build list for you, a PC part picker list for you, or a Micro Center build for you, whatever. But pre-builts are my main content. But the thing is, once you get your computer, what if you want a nice keyboard? I should be reviewing this stuff. I should add this to my catalog of content. It's just, it's never going to do as well as the big guys in that category. I don't care, because if it helps, 100 people throughout the video's lifetime, that's a freaking 100 people who might have found a keyboard they really like because of me. I'll take that. I'll let my other content carry the channel. Nope, it isn't. I'll take your word for it. As a GTA RP player for years, Mikey Mike, is that really true? Really? I've been wanting to get into it, but it's just, I feel like a fish out of water there. I'm so used to GTA Online. And there's so much culture to it. I really feel like the new kid in school. When in GTA Online, I know all the stuff. It's really weird. I watch a lot of content around that. I've been getting I'm getting more and more into watching Space Force stuff. He's just hilarious. But I'm watching it for a while, but I've been getting more into it lately, and it's been making me want to do that. But this, I think, would be really good for any game like that. Fish needs water. Thank you. Joyful Star, tell me about the Aula, if I'm saying that right, F99. What's up with that? Ooh, white. It is nice. It is. Or Chaos, I have 96%. It still has the 10 key, but it's just missing the extra columns for the home and page up, page down keys. Right. I already responded to that. My bad. I like that you can see some of the shield right there. It's there. You can see some of it. I was worried when I sat down that would not be a thing. So there is a lot more to talk about with this keyboard. I'll try to summarize it into the short form content. But it sounds sublime. They're not, okay. It's that word got stuck in my brain because they say sublime typing acoustics. That was the homework, and they got an A+, is what I'm saying. The gasket mounting, I feel like might have been a bit of a waste, at least on the full-size keyboard. I don't know if it's because you have this structural stuff here. It's not just this key, these many keys or whatever. But I feel like maybe putting in 7 layers of sound dampening might have packed this thing a little bit too much where there's not enough room for it to flex. But it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. It's just, the flex helps with fatigue if you're typing a lot. High shine resistance PBT, I talked about that. Most PBT keycaps in the market contain only 40 to 60% PBT. This is 85% composition, or 85% PBT in the composition there. Which is really good. PBT is tougher. It's more resistant to wear. When you see a really old keyboard and like certain buttons are going to be like worn, mirror polished, like the WASD keys, things like that. These aren't going to do that. Or if they do, it'll be around, sometime around the heat death of the universe when that starts happening. And then of course is the web config, so you can just configure it on the web. I'll include that in the short, just a quick little demo of that. But I like the fact that you don't have to locally install software. That's cool. All F99 is pretty nice mechanical keyboard, pretty cheap, $66. That's a very good budget one according to your YouTubers. Also has numpad, yay. Nice. I've got plenty of keyboards, and most of them are going to be in that price bracket. But the extra functionality of having that analog detection, which if you go to the browser software, you can actually press it and see it sort of actuating. You can see sort of a bar move up and down. Really cool. Sorry, I'm not showing you that to you right now, but this analog keyboard has different amount of forward that it will do when you press W, rather than running forward, not running forward, running forward, not running forward. Oh, you want to run slower? Hold down Shift or something, or Control, or whatever. No, this you can just like barely touch the key and you'll just start walking, creeping along. Hold it down a little more, you'll start picking up your pace, and press it all the way down, you will fully run. Most games should be able to handle an analog keyboard. It basically should treat certain inputs like analog stick inputs, but yeah. It does. There's something I want to note. It does say a note here where it says web config requires a wired connection, meaning you can't be on wireless and try to configure your keyboard. You're gonna need to charge this thing now and then anyway. It's wireless keyboard with battery in it. Adds some of the weight, that's for sure. Is there a peeling on the back that I missed? Doesn't look like it. Anyway. But it also says that you need to use a Chromium-based browser not compatible with Mac using Apple M chip. Oof. Sounds like it would be good for Call of Duty. Let me know. I don't have a code for Ducky. Did I mention that I have a code with Mini Katana, by the way? It is Breathorn, if I didn't tell you that already. My name on the channel. There you go. I am pretty impressed with this thing. I do like it. It does have the feet, little feetsies, and it's at 2 different, like, I just cut my nails, so 2 different levels as well. Really nice, solid feeling material, and the weight of it is groovy. Good. I felt heavier keyboards, like ridiculously heavy keyboards, like the weight of dark matter keyboards. But this one just feels solid. I love the look and functionality of that keyboard, especially the different ways that you can connect to the PC. That is cool G code. I do like that. RGB keyboard Bray. I was cooking when you said if it was or wasn't. Yes, it is, Mikey Mike. It is indeed RGB as well. And it does have double shot shine through PVT keycaps. So it's not just RGB around the keys. You'll see the legends lighting up in there. But okay. That's mostly it for the keyboard. This was not meant to be like a full tour or anything. This is just me sort of unboxing it, chatting about it with y'all, getting some of the basic stuff out of the way so that the YouTube short or Instagram reel that I make out of this can be a little more concise. You know, I like it. I like it a lot. That's an opinion. They didn't pay me to say that because they ain't sponsored nothing here. We're not in the sponsored short yet, where I have to be careful of being like, I like this a lot and you should spend your money on it. No, I'm just, watch them just clip that one part. Oh, look what Bray said. Okay. Now I need to muster up the energy to get up and unbox a whole PC. Super T says shine through is huge for me. Same here. Absolutely. Okay. I hope everyone's entering the giveaway. Let me take a look at the status of that. $24 entries? Do y'all not want free stuff? All right. Guys, don't forget to enter the freaking giveaway. It is why am I looking there? Here, let me back here. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. It is ending at midnight. The entries end at I think 11:30. What did I set it up for? 11:59 p.m. Link is popping up in chat. Stream Elements just posted it in chat. And if you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, just check the description. It's right there. You do need to be present to win. And there's just two ways to enter. Follow me on X or follow me on Instagram. It's Twitter. It's not X. Whatever. Follow me on either of those or both. It's one entry or two entries, depending on how many you do. It's just because usually I'll include the companies that are. There's 3 other companies in this, and they didn't sponsor any of it or provide this extras for giveaway or whatever. I need to keep that keyboard. I want to keep that shield, and I cannot give away the PC because it's that. Speaking of which, the new pre-built, rebuilt PC is what we're talking about now. Alrighty then. Let's see here. So, what the heck is even pre-built, rebuilt? For those who know, I've been talking about it for like a year and a half, 2 years. And last year was supposed to be the time that it debuted. It did not. Many complications throughout the year happened, one thing after another. Just to give you an idea, the original sponsor for the first 4 episodes was supposed to be Deep Cool. Oops. So yeah, that happened the way it happened. Anyway, that was just one of the speed bumps that I hit. The one this year though was when iBuyPower was like, "Hey, it's been like 8 months that you've had the PC, and when can we expect the first step?" Like, they're like, "We're probably gonna back out of the project." And I was like, "You know what? I get it. I understand." But pretty much immediately upon me suggesting to Starforge that they be the ones to provide it, they jumped on it, like right away. So that felt good because I had been taking hit after hit after hit last year. It's been one thing after another. And having a company just unequivocally be like, yes, we want to be a part of this. We support what you're doing. And, there was a caveat with iBuyPower, and no fault to them. I mean, that's just the way they do these kind of things. But they expected the PC back at some point. And I'm like, I'm going to be upgrading it. and there's even a case migration in there. There's not going to be a PC left. It's not going to be the same PC after that. It's going to be fully upgraded in every single way possible. At the end of the series, phase 1 anyway. So, yeah, it is what it is. But Starforge was like, no, that's yours, and also no deadlines. Do it your way. Do it the right way. Take your time. So yeah, they get what I'm trying to do. They do give it, and not to say iBuyPower totally didn't get what I was trying to do, but just that one aspect where it was like, I'm gonna be putting a lot of time and effort into this PC. It's the flagship of the series. It needs to stay with me afterwards. I'm gonna refer to it again. I'm gonna do other upgrades to it, maybe a year from now to add to the series, whatever. So this thing is gonna be it. Now I had certain parameters I wanted to hit with this. Okay, it needed to be. Because I get information when people fill out the form to get help during my PC matchmaking streams. I get basically anonymous info where it's just like, how many people said their budget is $1,000 to $1,500? How many people say it's $1,500 to $2,000? How many people say it's $2,000 to $2,500? Yada, yada. And I get charts out of that. Well, one of the number one budgets out there, like, I don't know, is it nearly a third of the budgets is around $1,500. So we obviously wanted to hit that. And I wanted it to be, out of the box, a 1440p capable gaming machine. So the thing is, you're going to be able to, you can just buy this exact system right now if you want to. You can just go do that right now. The link in the description for the YouTube stream, it is the, what is it? Starforge Systems. There we go. Yes, it is the Horizon 3 Elite. Okay. And this thing comes in at $1599.99. Is it a perfect PC? No. There's actually one aspect of it that I think could use improvement. But, like, guess what series it's for? The series where we improve stuff. Like, that's the whole point. Is that it needs to be capable of being upgraded. It can't be top tier. So, yeah. We'll be happy for winner. Absolutely. I blocked myself from giveaway to increase everybody's odds. Robert, thank you. I appreciate that. You did win a giveaway not too long ago, and it was a big one. So, $1,500 is a good budget starting point. Very true. Naruto, it's funny because that used to be the mid-range starting point. In this economy, though, okay. So it needed to be capable of 1440p right out of the box. What does that mean? 1440p gaming means you don't need a crazy CPU, but you do need a solid GPU. Okay? And this one happens to feature the Ryzen 5 7600X for the CPU. That means it's socket AM5 with lots of future upgradability, which is ideal for a show about upgrading, right? And it comes with an AMD RX 7800 XT. Those are like almost identical to the specs that I set up the original pre-built, rebuilt system to have. There we go. And what else? This also features an air cooler, which is great because we're going to be one episode is going to be showing how to upgrade to a liquid cooler or how to just upgrade your air cooler, stuff like that. It is in a case that is very visible from the inside. And that case is the Fantex XT View. That's awesome for filming. It's going to be really nice for being able to get footage of the inside of the case of the PC. It has a full ATX motherboard, the MSI Pro B650-VC2 Wi-Fi. It just rolls off the tongue. It has a 1 terabyte PCIe 4.0 M.2 drive. And the power supply is the MSI MAG A650GL, which, guess what? There's going to be an episode on how to upgrade your power supply. So if we go with that's going to have to come before the episode on how to upgrade your GPU, because you might need to upgrade that power supply if you want to put in a beefy GPU down the line. The one thing that I think is not great about the spec, and something I wish Starforge would change, because it's the RAM capacity. With RAM, you can't add to system memory with DDR5 really. DDR4 was easy. You just get a matching kit of 2 sticks. You have 4 sticks in there. It all works great. DDR5, the best practice currently still is to just use 2 sticks of RAM with the correct capacity right off the bat. This one comes with 16 gigs of DDR5 5600 CL40. So it's about half the capacity I would recommend. It is 2 by 8 gigs. So it's 2 sticks of 8 gigs. It's about half the capacity I recommend for most gamers because games are getting a little bit RAM hungry. They're not optimized very well for a lot of them. Like if you play certain things like Escape from Tarkov, that's a very RAM hungry game, just things like that. The frequency is all right, not great, not the ideal for 7000 series Ryzen, and it's also pretty fat on the latency there, CL40. So good thing there's a RAM upgrading episode, but I'd like to see, they're probably going to be doing a refresh of this system somewhat soon. I'd like to see 32 gigs in there. RAM prices have not gone crazy. Tariffs are a thing. Yes. We'll see how those are affected. But prices all over are going to be going up. And I don't know. I just like to see this with 32 gigs of RAM. But if you don't care, you can take out the 2 sticks of RAM that come with it, put them aside as a backup if in case you need to test your RAM, like if you need to test your system, troubleshoot. And then you put your kit of choice in there of 32 gigs, DDR5, 6000, yada, yada, all of that. Barutu taking notes. What's up, Kenneth? How's it going? Okay, let's get this thing. It is currently boxed. We want to change that to unboxed. So let's do that. Move this for now so that I can get this out of here. This is the side that is up, by the way. One thing I like to see is this. It states, please keep box. What do I always tell you guys? Keep your packaging. In case you need to move, in case you need to, I don't know, go on a deployment or something and you can't take your PC, or if you're just returning it for an RMA, sending it in to get fixed. You need that original packaging. So, thank you for putting that on your box. Starforge system. Good job. Where's my knife? There it is. Relaxing, eating my dinner, and watching Braythorn after work. Oh, thanks for. I feel like I've been invited. That's nice. We're all sitting around, and you get to enjoy some content. That's cool. By the way, guys, I know my mic is a little bit quiet. I really can't crank it up any more than this with this current audio setup that I have. I am going to be moving the Rodecaster Pro 2 over to this desk. I don't need it over there anymore. I don't stream over there anymore. I don't record over there anymore. So always cut away from yourself, by the way. So this is meant to show you how to unbox a PC, by the way. It's not that bad. Don't let it worry you too much. So you want to cut the tape on the top where the handles are there, okay? Let's see if there are any goodies here. You're not going to be able to see my face, and I apologize for that. A little bit of extra foam right there, and it's right to the box. Okay. Interesting. Thank you for that. Okay, it's just right to the box. So it is double boxed with foam on every single side. This is like custom foam for them probably, or just the right thickness. So this is very precisely measured out. Can y'all even... Oh, it lost me. because of course it did. No face detected because I'm like hiding. There we go. Yes, this is very precisely measured out. Essentially, I'm going to be turning this over and pulling the outside box up off of it. I'll just do that on the floor. In Fortnite, 1080p is hitting 12 gigs of RAM use. Yeesh. Yep, RAM is pretty important. Like some people say, oh, you're wasting money if you get too much RAM. I mean, I guess those few times where you might have run out otherwise would be bad times without it, basically. There's our exterior box. All packing material is kept, all of it. Another thing I appreciated about that outer box, it did not say Starforge Systems, gaming computer, expensive product in here. None of that. It was just a blank box that said, hey, keep the box. Also fragile this side up. There you go. Double box, extra points. Absolutely. So let's get to the inner box. Really need to sharpen this thing. And there are our goodies. Did it lose me again? Oh, yeah. Hello. Try harder. There we go. Maybe I can keep in front of the camera this way. Okay, so we got some good stuff here, probably. This baggie, we'll take a look in a second. This is going to have your extra modular power cables right there. Do not use any power cables except the ones appropriate for your power supply. That's just good. That's good practice right there. Okay, don't ever do that. So we have, let's see, how much? Okay, it's just another extra CPU cable, Molex, and Molex, everyone's favorite. Like a 6-pin. Anyway, and then you have a SATA cable. There you go. Now, any of the stuff that you're not going to immediately use, hold on to it. Put it in the box. Whenever you're done taking things out of the box, and you put everything that came with it back into the box. So we have our Wi-Fi antenna right here. Okay. We have our C13 power cable. It's a decent one. Not thin, not too thick. It's good. It's fine. Let's see what we have here. This is the actual mounting brackets for. So we have if they're using the AMD mounting brackets right now. These are the LGA 1700 ones, or the Intel ones right here. So that's cool because that's your cooler. You can use it on a different PC if you want, or a different platform. If you upgrade to a different motherboard type. Yeah. And then we have this, which is the tiniest little quick start guide I have ever seen. And it is so easy to miss this. Like, I had to dig in this to get it because all the heavy stuff was out. I had to be like, oh, there is something in there. Step 1. Carefully remove internal packaging from your system. Store all your system's packaging for return/RMA purposes. Step 2. Check for any damage that may have been done to your computer during shipping. Step 3. Connect desired peripherals to your input/output ports, yada, yada, yada. How to set up computer, right. Plug computer in via the supplied power cable and ensure the switch is in the 1 position or I position. Power on your system with the front power button and enjoy the best computer in the universe. and a QR code for image instructions. I get what you're doing here. You got to get that carbon footprint down, but we also really, really, really want to avoid RMAs and also time-wasting tech support calls that could have been solved by having what a lot of SIs have. Which is, as soon as you open the box, there is a diagram on how to do this. And as a matter of fact, having dual boxes is even better because then you can have proper unboxing as part of it right there. But it's just a big sheet that has illustrations and instructions and an FAQ, stuff like that, whatever. I like that better. I think that tiny little card with a QR code is, I get what you're going for. This is not the place to do it. I would say the best thing to have here is impossible to miss. Is what I'm saying. That's what I would suggest. Something impossible to miss there. Sorry, I'm all zoomed in. That's great. But yeah, just be something that's a sheet right here. This is a great place for it. And just a size comparison from the rest of the box to this. That's what you get. I like the bag. I think the bag is nice. Great branding. Good job on that, guys. But yeah, imagine how much branding you could fit into a full, an appropriately sized quick start guide. So much more branding. Sorry, Nick and team. But that, I called it like I sees it. This is, guys, y'all gotta understand. This is my first opportunity to review a Starforge system. And the thing is, the leadership, Nick knows me. He knows me well enough that anything I see, I'm going to say it. And that's not me being a douche. That's me providing a service. That's my job, is to give my opinions on stuff based on my observations. Yo, Kelly, what's up? Sorry I'm late. Just watched the Shield unboxing. Nice. Did you see where it ended up? It's perfect. Yeah, I'm not even on camera anymore. Again. Come on, DJI, what's wrong with you? Come on. Yeah. I moved my tools around to make space on the purple pegboard for this. Yeah. It's pretty freaking sweet. I love that thing. Like, it's going to be so freaking sick for a PC. It is. But just, I don't even want to move it off the wall now. I'm just going to buy another one. I don't want to take it off of there. It's perfect up there. And right between, because I don't know if you've seen what I'm surrounded by here. You have, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty perfect. And please excuse the mess. There's like a mess on the table that's over here. There's some mess on the floor back there. I redid this whole room. For this stream. So, to unbox this portion of it, you just gotta, let me move the power supply cables over here, keep all of the stuff together. It's gonna go back into all the things like the foam for this, the bag for this, the plastic bag on that, the little Starforge bag, the power supply cables, all that goes into this box, and then this box can go into the outer box. I would say you don't necessarily have to keep the outer box, but I would suggest it. This is a good anonymous outer box. Does not say valuable gaming PC all over it, like this thing does. Okay? I mean, sure, this just has mostly the name of the case on it, but as soon as you lift this for like a second, you will know, oh, that's a whole computer in there. So we just do that, hold back the flaps, turn it upside down like that, and then lift the box right off of it, and you have the smoothest PC unboxing style ever right there. There it is. And then we just sort of lift up the bottom here. Go. That's nice. Even another layer of cardboard right there. Another layer of cardboard with foam. Close cell foam, not single impact rated, but no. It's actually really good. And this is not, to be clear, this is not an expensive case from Fantex. If this is how Fantex is packing all of these cases, I'm very, very impressed. But Fantex generally does impress me usually, so that's not too surprising. What's up? What's up, my Fantex people? What's up, Bobby? How's it going? And voila, there you go. Yeah, but Kelly, I cannot tell you. I mean, you know what? I don't have to tell you because you watched the unboxing. That was a moment for me. Like, I've got some acting chops. I was a theater kid. Certain things I cannot pull off. And the childlike wonder I felt at opening that thing up and seeing it for the first time. Yeah. Did you see the part about the forearm strap, though? Because that seems like an oversight to me. Nitpick all the little things for future improvements. That's the service that I provide. I provide you guys gotta understand. I provide one service to PC buyers. I provide a different service to system integrators, just by virtue of my existence, by me doing what I do. Where I'm not coming in with massive negativity. I don't have any kind of, prior assumptions about pre-builds just because I didn't build it. No, I come in with like, let's see what you got. And they tend to like that. But here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. I should have kept that light out back. So we have all of the Instapack in here. All the Instapack. That's a lot. That's a lot of Instapack. There's like 3 of them, 4 of them. I don't know. But your stuff's going to be safe. Now, there is also here, let's bring this up. If you can't find the perfect Lazy Susan, just build it. There you go. Am I on the right thing? Yes. We can move this back, though, but I think that's okay. Now, what does it say here? PC past testing. That should come off with appeal. There is a sticker here that states, please read the included instruction card. So there's a thing that's like, hey, we know you probably missed the tiny card that we provided. Please read it. We don't want to make a bigger thing. Just make a bigger thing. Then you're not buying 2 things per PC. You just have the one thing where they cannot miss it. That's my opinion, guys. That's all that is. It's not. Whenever I say this stuff, I know I come off as like, oh, he sounds really confident about that. He must. No, I'm passionate about these opinions of mine. It makes sense to me. It makes 100% sense to me. So that doesn't mean it's gonna make sense to everybody. Triple B got the grill fired up and whipping up some smash burgers with Braythorn stream in the backyard. Speakers. Oh my goodness. Hold on. This has to be good. No, I can't do it to you. I can't do it to you. It's Triple B. I don't want to. No. No, I can't. I can't. Hold on. How about this? There you go. That was for you. Hello, neighbors. Blaine Hussey, by the way, I don't know if I said hi earlier, but welcome to the stream. What's up? Put it right on the case. Yeah. Well, it's there's a peel. There's a peel there that you can come off. Nothing beats that feeling you get when you unbox a PC. I never get tired of it, really. Okay. So right off the bat, this screw pretty loose. This one pretty loose. However, these you're supposed to take off because you're supposed to remove the packing foam from in there. But they were like not even finger tight. It was just threaded on there. And then to where it barely stopped. I was just like, oh, that's okay. But now this one, the backside, you're probably not going to open for whatever reason. Some people will. So let's see how tight these are. That's a little cross-threaded, actually. And that one is normal, I guess. But this one's at an angle and kind of cross-threaded. This can happen with budget cases. Very thin sheet metal. Oh, yeah. Okay. We are going to be opening that later. Just making it worse. All right, let's get this off of here. I've never unboxed a PC, only laptops. Laptops have their own kind of experience, though. This is going to come back, and then out, and then up. If you ever get this one, there you go. And that goes into the box. It doesn't lean on your desk, on your hardwood floors or your tile floors or whatever. You don't lean it on something like that. You put it in the box where all the foam is and stuff. Why not? It's free protection. Okay, let's see here. Now, one thing I would normally advise is actually take a photo of what this looks like. Maybe number each of the clearly individual ones here. So if you have to send this back for RMA, you know what order they came out and what order they go back in. So, I mean, number it as you take it out. You got to be careful removing these because they can very easily catch on to connectors on the motherboard and yank them out. That one is barely being held in. So I guess this one's actually holding it in a bit. But we just ease it out of there, just like that. There you go. And that's the shape that went in there, I guess, in case I need to box this back up. Don't worry, guys. Starforge is not the kind of company that's going to be like, we didn't like what you said to us when you said the things about our stuff. You had to give the computer back. They're just going to be like, that's fair. Probably. Or knowing who's in charge over there, I'm going to get a dissertation as to why the way they do things is the best. And like, that matters to me. If I disagree with you, but the point on which we disagree, you thought out really well, I'm going to respect it. You logicked your way into that. Cool. That's my favorite kind of discourse. When two people respectfully disagree with each other on points on which they've given a lot of thought. That is the best kind of conversation in the world. Are you kidding me? Okay, there we go. Just ease that out. Give it a little wiggle. I'm barely pulling on it. That looks nice and solid. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold up a second. Uh-oh. Oh, no! That's a different cooler. Not a bad cooler or anything, but I do like the other one more, and it is a more expensive cooler, or it's just nicer because this is missing a fan now because they went with a different cooler than the one listed on their site. But it does give me a reason to upgrade the cooler down the line for, I don't know, a series where I upgrade PCs and teach how to do it. Maybe we'll call it pre-built, rebuilt. Now this one feels pretty stuck in there, so we're going to lay this down and try to get this out carefully. Not yank out any cables. I have used this stuff for packing before. Thank you. I've used this stuff for packing before, and it can be super convenient. But it also gets behind things as it is expanding. It's actually kind of fun to put these in there. A little nerve-wracking, but kind of fun. And you just put it in there. It starts expanding really fast. You put the your door back on, and you just hold it, and you're like, okay. And then you do the next one. That can get behind the nooks and also the crannies. So nope, I got it. It was not a problem at all. There we go. Look at that. Oddly shaped. Well, I got to say, that's an awfully nice looking PC. And you know what, gang? They actually went out of their way, I'm sure, to leave me some peels right here on these fans. Look at that. Because these have, I believe, infinity mirrors on them. So that's 1, 2. Now, if they just forgot... Oh, that... Ooh. That one was really stuck on there and left some residue now. Cool. If they just forgot, well, hey, there's a little bit of note for your of a note for your QA team there, guys. There you go. Packed well in there. It was. Is it Chatty or Chady? Can you tell me how to pronounce your name correctly? I want to make sure I do that right. I built all my 30 or so PCs I've had. Okay, that's fair. You didn't have to unbox the pre-built then. That's all the extra peelies there from what I can tell. So here's the problem. Let me see if I have my, I believe I've got my desktop capture going here. I'm just going to move this back there and just get the window I need. So the cool thing about Starforge is that on a lot of the parts, maybe just not the GPU, because, well, geez, it's GPU, they will tell you exactly what model you're going to get of certain things. Okay? So, if we look here, it specifies that this PC, the Horizon 3 Elite, comes with an Arctic Freezer 36 air cooler. That is an air cooler that has front and rear fan, a front and a rear fan, intake and exhaust in front and behind the fin stack there. If we come back here, you'll notice we have a Cooler Master cooler that just has a single fan and not one on the back. So I don't know if the price is at parity with the other, but you are losing out on something, like losing out on an actual piece of hardware there. I don't know if there's a thing, if it's maybe because I'm a reviewer and they know I might mention it, but they're fine. Or if this is something they do commonly, which is something that I think should be mentioned, because now we're in a situation. I'm not making a big deal out of this. I'm just explaining why I got to stop and talk about it. Now we're in a situation where, oh, I bought a product, but this doesn't look like that. This doesn't look like that one. This is different. There's this weird, just like kind of a hexagon, kind of a circle, hex circle, and then just one fan. But man, the one on the site, that one shows two fans and it says Arctic on it. And the Arctic, as all of us know, is very cold. I learned that in school. And I want that very cold cooler to keep my hot parts cold. So yeah, I don't know. And there's nothing denoted on the photo on the site saying that this image is an approximation, its parts may differ, yada yada yada. That should be on there just because the GPU can change. Like here we have an XFX dual fan 7800 XT, but it looks like there's an XFX one in there on the picture that looks long enough that it appears to be a 3-fan card, a little bit more pricey, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I'm not sure. Now, if you're looking at this, if you've built PCs before, you might be looking right here and saying, hey, hold on a second. Those RAM 6 are right next to each other. They're not doing dual channel. Actually, this motherboard it has dual channel, but they're just 2 slots. It's just one DIMM per channel, 1 DPC. So yeah, that's how that's supposed to be. The cable management, to be clear, at least on the front side, we haven't looked at the back yet, is very good. And here's a fun fact about Starforge systems. In order to look at how many PCIe slots we have there for expansion, in order to streamline tech support, remote tech support, Starforge has standardized their cable management, where each cable goes in the back, so that when you're on a call with tech support, I don't know if they do calls. It's I remember that's a whole thing in the Secret Shopper thing. Get a phone, guys. Throw one out there. Throw us a bone. Some people, maybe someone I might recommend a PC to, might just want to talk on the phone and just get it over with. But when you're getting tech support through their, I guess, their chat system or emails, they can give you directions and even pictures that will match what you'll find when you do what I'm about to do and flip it over and open the right side panel. Let me be real with you guys for a bit. I have a pet peeve. It's not a serious one, just a minor one. a minor pet peeve that people call this the back panel. Guess what? Back panel. This is the right side panel because that's the front. This is the right side. Just because all your cables are here doesn't make this the back of your PC. Just because there's a big window here does not make it the front. Pet peeves don't have to make sense. It's a pet peeve. It bothers me. All right? Grinds my gears a little bit, but not to the point where I'm just like being a jerk about it. I'm just pointing it out. This is a right side. That's the left side. This is not the front, making this the back, because then this would be the right side of your PC, wouldn't it? And boy, that'd be weird. Get it? I'm glad we had this talk. Thank you. Thank you for trusting me with hours of your life. I very much appreciate it, chat. Thank you. Boy, how long have I been rambling about other stuff? Hold on. 9:30. Oh, I started an hour early. I was like, how has it been an hour and 13 minutes? No, I've been going for 2 hours and 13 minutes. That I have done lots of. So yeah, don't call that the front. Don't call the left side the rear. Don't do that. Or the right side the rear. That is the right, because that's the front. And from the front, you look to the right. There, yeah, okay. You got it. I'm starting to confuse myself now. All right, let's lay this thing down and get a good look at cable management. There we go. Yeah, burger does sound good, Robert. It does. Dreadfully good. Oh, let me actually point this out too real quick, chat. One thing I want to point out really quick is you're going to hear me nitpicking small things here. That's a good sign. If you're a system integrator, what you want to hear when I'm unboxing one of your PCs is little nitpicking for things that are just like, why is that important? Come on, that's not a big deal. That's what you want. When you don't hear me nitpicking is when you hear me talking about how you totally screwed up. Nitpicking is good. It means your system's pretty good. Like I'm finding little things and I'm going to voice them. But if you had a major issue, those little things would be like, not a big deal. I was trying to come up with an analogy for it or a metaphor, but sometimes finding the right metaphor for something is as hard as like, it's really hard. I don't know. Anyway. Or is that simile? Guys, it has been a depressingly long time since my last English class. Give me a break. And I skated by just being a bookworm in my normal time. So of course we have right side intake ventilation right there with a fine mesh, which is really nice. And when they do it that way, so we're going to pull back and then it would be down normally, but I have it laying on its side. Did you not? What are you doing? What are you stuck on? You're stuck on something. Huh. What was that stuck on? Here? It was like in the bottom. I got hooked on something. I don't know. Boy, oh boy, look at that cable management. Damn. Damn. Oh, look, they left the Fantex accessory box where it comes when you buy the case, which is it's the size of a 2.5-inch hard drive, so they can do exactly this. And Fantex generally has a nice accessory box with like a plastic sectioned off little box where you have all the different case screws, things like that. Now, you might be wondering, hey, There are some loose cables in here. What the heck's going on here? No, that's on purpose. This actually was in the right place because it was over here by where a hard drive would go. This is a SATA cable that's pre-run into the motherboard for you. And this other type of loose cable here is part of the SATA cable here. So you can power a SATA drive without having to open up that bag of extra. They basically pre-ran connections for your extra storage. You could probably pull it over here as well if you want to put a 2.5-inch SSD, which mounts to there. So other than complementing that, which is something I like to see, so yeah, that's going to get, positive reinforcement. I don't think I have any notes here. They say to like temper your expectations, and so if you don't get disappointed, this and that. Yeah, I knew this was going to be good. I know how that they run a tight ship over there because that keeps you sailing a lot longer. Okay. But yeah. They even mount the fan. No, this actually no. This comes from Fantex like this. I was gonna say they mount the fans to where the word Fantex on the frame here is facing upwards, but no, that's probably Fantex doing that. But I could see them nitpicking about that. See, that's the reason I'm not worried about nitpicking Starforge. They do it to themselves already. Okay. I have a fresh pair of eyes to put on their work, and I can give suggestions, whatnot. But like, damn. I mean, I don't see any reason why this wouldn't work. I don't see loose cables other than the ones that are intentionally left in there for you to use if you want to. No, chat, what do we think? Do not jam an NVMe drive into a SATA power. Barutu? Hope you're taking your own advice. Cable's tidy inside, absolutely. Check all the screws. I will do that once I get to that point. Oh, now you follow me. Really? Want to put my bad habit on display? Thank you, DJI. Very cool of you. Thanks. Anyway. No, this is not a huge space for cable management. Like, if someone's like, hey, what do you think of my cable management? Look at how tidy it is. And it's in like a dual chamber Lian Li 011 case with like all the room in the world for cable management. It's like, whoopity-doo. Good job. You started at an advantage. This is more typical of standard airflow cases with the power supply basement and all that. And they rocked it. They did a good job. Again, no notes. Sorry, chat. No drama here. All is as it should be. I'm giving it another look just to. No, I don't. I got no notes. I got nothing to say about that. Clean, that's for sure. Very clean. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Hundo Percento. Let me refresh the giveaway. Make sure y'all are joining the giveaway. About 2.5 hours left on that. Join the giveaway, please. Now, for those of you who are wondering which of the giveaway prizes it's going to be, whether it's going to be the mini Katana gift card so you can get some awesome stuff for your setup, or whether it's going to be the Ducky One X mini, that is going to be up to y'all. And when I say that specifically, I mean, and I'm sorry, I mean Twitch chat. I don't have anything in YouTube to run polls, so Twitch chat it is. Sorry. But around the time that it's time to do the poll as to which prize it's going to be, I'll just recommend that as many people as have Twitch accounts can migrate over to the Twitch channel, which is linked in the YouTube description. And that way, if you want to hear who the winner is, you do need to, well, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do something fun, okay, when it comes to who to drawing the winner, all right? And I've done this before, and it is very fun, actually. I'm gonna have I've done something like this before. We're gonna raid someone at the end of the stream, and I'm gonna have them announce the winner. Now, for those who don't have a Twitch account and don't want to have a Twitch account, that's okay. I will also drop the name in YouTube chat, so don't leave if you're not going along for the raid. Just stay there for a few minutes until I can get the streamer to calm down, stop being like raid, and be like, hey, and I need you to draw the winner or announce the winner. That's how I'm going to do that. It means it's going to lead to a fun raid and good times all around. And someone's going to be walking out of this stream with either a $140 gift card for mini Katana or a $150 keyboard, whichever Twitch chooses. Good stuff. All right, it's time to power this thing up. Oh boy. I really did that. Okay. It tried. Oh, I want to show something here real quick before we move on. I didn't show the top I/O or the rear I/O. So this is more about the case and what the case has. USB 3.1, single USB 3.0 and USB Type-C, combination microphone headphone jack, and looks like RGB buttons, reset button, and power button. Nice clicky buttons. That's good. Generally not too hard. It's not following me again. Generally, it's not too hard to swap from having the case control your RGB or having your motherboard do it. Whichever is the mode button, basically, you hold that down for like 5 seconds, it'll switch usually. Now, the last thing is the rear I/O on this motherboard, and I am actually pleasantly surprised with this, considering this is not a high-end AM5 motherboard. Not bad at all. So it looks like we have a BIOS flashback button there. We have the onboard HDMI, and they did something cool where they took the HDMI plug out of because these are just little plugs that cover those ports. They took the HDMI one out of here and put it in the motherboard so you won't use that. Now, and I know that Linus mentioned this too, the most effective thing, from what I understand, is the sticker. The sticker that covers up this whole thing and points with an arrow downwards, plug your monitor into the GPU, is super effective. But I'm sure that maybe they'll see something about that in the QR code. So who knows? Maybe I should have scanned it. I never do that. Let's talk about the I/O though. You have 4 USB 2.0s, 2 USB type. Oh, that's unfortunate. See if I can show that. That's the thing about having separate I/O shields like this. It's not even clicked in all the way. Hold up. Look. You have to click it in all 4 corners, all sides, all that in order for it to be seated properly. Not clicked in all the way. 2 USB 3.0s, 2 USB 3.1, 3.2 Gen 2, 2.5 gig Ethernet, I believe, and Wi-Fi probably 6E, I'm guessing. Audio jacks, yay. So let me see if I can get this on camera. It's right there. It's too reflective. Hold on. There is that's the dangers with these, is that there's all these little prongs here. And it's a little hard to tell, but this one is actually aiming directly into the USB port, where it's going to obstruct you keep you from plugging in a USB safely into this. It's just there. It's just over the opening there, to where I'm going to need to push that away with a tool, essentially. Not ideal. You got to be real careful with installing these, that you're not jamming the IO into those prongs and getting that caught. There have been times where I'll be doing a build where I'm building, like when I was doing IT stuff. Okay, I'm building 10 of these, all same specs, just ordering the parts in bulk, whatever, or 15 of them or whatever. And you learn the little things about certain motherboards after you've built with them a dozen times. So like I'll know, okay, it's problematic with this one port when I'm on the IO shield, and I'll just bend those prongs back, get them out of the way, whatever, flip them off, and then it's fine. But yeah, that right there, you can see it now. You can see it now. It's like it's in there. This one wants to do the same thing. But this one is actually going to get here. Let's check it out. Good thing I've got this little Ducky adapter here. Type C to Type A. I'm just trying to go straight in. And you know what it's like when you're trying to plug stuff into your computer. If you've had a computer before, a PC, you know, you're not going to be having it in this perfect position here where you can exactly see what's going on. You're going to be reaching behind there like, oh, I know it's there. Oh, man, I got to flip over the USB again. Okay, cool. Oh, I got to flip over the USB again. Now it fits. Well, this one just is not, it's not going to seat properly at all. It's not going to seat properly at all. So that is a problem. And you know, so that's a QA thing. You all got to start looking at that. I hate to add that to the list. Like every time Gamers Nexus reviews all, they're like, y'all are good, but like tighten your screws, or but like this, or but that. But that's the thing. It's a process of elimination. Could it be the IO shield being loose, causing the IO shield ports not to align properly? This is like bent into the port. This camera is not, and lens are not sufficient to really show it. But like when I do it at the right angle, you can see it is like in there. But yeah, also before we power this up, let's check the motherboard screws, because that was an issue before. And they were like, yeah, we'll take care of that. So let's see if that happened. I've seen new AM5 Extreme Asus board. It very good. What's up, Fowler? I wonder how expensive it is. Joyful Star, hi. Hey, weren't you here earlier? Hi. All right, so we're just gonna do this. That's tight. Good. I should really. Good. Ah, support bracket. Nice. So there is a GPU support bracket back here. Let's see if we can get it on film. See that? It basically uses a spacer that goes to the motherboard there, screws it to the case, and then you have that right there. Let's just bump this light up real quick. There you go. You see it. Right there. It's adjustable, so different sizes of GPUs can benefit from it. And it goes, see those holes right there? That's so how adjustable it is. So very cool. Very cool. We're checking screw tightness, though. Let's continue that. Braxton, what's up? How's it going? Check the tightness on the GPU stack bracket. Now, as for the CPU cooler, I am not so. I mean, I'm well versed enough in this industry to know, especially right now, that it can be really hard to get stuff. So, if this becomes a video at some point, because this is not your average review where I try to maybe make a review video. This is going to have a whole series based around it. Okay, this PC is going to have its own series. So, yeah, but it's something I'm going to mention. I got to mention it as a discrepancy from what is shown on the site, and there is no disclaimer underneath the picture saying that this could have some small changes to it. What I would do is I would right around April 2nd. Don't know why that date's coming to mind. Just popped into my head. I don't know, random, right? I would have started putting those on all the PCs because there was probably going to be some parts that were going to be DOA, or not DOA, but AWOL, or not AWOL, missing in action. Limited edition Red Devil 97 XT is going to be shipped back tomorrow. Very banner. Right, you told me about that. Very cool. The quality control is not good. Hey, look, there are acceptable failure rates for things. Unfortunately, sometimes you fall within that. And I say that only because like 90% of the time I hear good stuff about Power Color. Remember the Gamers Nexus screw guy comments? Funny, very funny, yeah. Nice and print sagging, absolutely. Oh, Braxton, you're over there too. What's up? How's it going? Now, so let's just break down the issues as we go through here, okay? Just what, and none of these are a major issue. I would say probably the most major issue is going to be the potential. I mean, it's that prong on the rear IO is not long enough to actually cause a short necessarily, but it's in there. That's a medium issue. Specifying hardware and sending something else without notifying. I mean, I guess in this case, I was the customer. I didn't get a notification like, "Hey, we don't have any more Arctic Freezer 36s." You got to notify your customer if there's going to be any changes and allow them to refuse them or whatever. And also, it's never a bad idea to say that the final product may be different from what's in the picture. And also, use a good brand. Cooler Master is a good brand of air coolers and make good coolers. But yeah. And then I think that was. Oh, the screws on the right side panel were a little bit loose. Not, they weren't really finger tight. Aside from that, though, everything's really good. Like it. Okay. Let's get it powered up. If I missed anything, chat, please let me know. Bracket keeps GPU from sagging like jeans in the 90s hip-hop videos. Okay. I want to fix that USB port. I cannot abide such things. And that's why I like motherboards with integrated I/O shields. And it's simple as this. Get that in there. You don't want to do this while it's powered, by the way. That's why I'm doing it now. Get something like that in there, like some needle nose pliers. And then just move it out the way. There we go. That works for now. No longer in the danger zone. Also, they left the power supply switched to on, basically. I like to switch that to off, maybe hit the power button a couple times, try to discharge the power supply if you can when shipping a PC. And most SIs will do that. They will flip it to the 0 and discharge it. What I mean by that, by the way, I'm not really showing you guys what's happening here. What I mean by that is on the power supply, you'll find a power switch on your power supply. And that power switch can be flipped to the 0 or the 1. You want it flipped to 0 when you're going to ship it or when you're not using it, and flip it to 1 when you want it to provide electricity. HDMI. Don't mind if I do. Purchasing a 5090 Astral OC tomorrow. It's in stock. 3664 USD. Prowler. What do you do with your PC again? Do you need that? RGB connections, Bray? Was there something wrong with them? It looked fine to me. Like I said, the cable management, no notes. Everything was good. When I say everything, I also mean the RGB connection. Let me know if I missed something, though. No, it's all there. So, yeah, we're good. Should I chat? Should I do it? I do want to do it with the USB cable though. Well, that would be a flaw to this one. There are 0 USB Type-Cs on the back, on the rear I/O. I don't even know how I know I didn't notice that. Probably because of that thing with the USB 3.0 being an issue. It distracted me. How dare you? Those are really tight. Get their little adapter on there. And, hey, what do you know? I was able to plug right into that USB port. Like I did something or something. Now, you generally want to make sure you're switched to the USB setting on this if you're going to be plugged in USB. You don't want to have it on and plugged in USB necessarily on wireless. Okay, and the mouse. What did I do with that particular? Nope. I didn't sleep well last night because I was like too keyed up because of this. I'm feeling it now. So let's get into this thing, test it out, do some gaming. If not, I'm going to have to do another stream where I do the testing because of all the unboxing we had to do. So that can be a thing at times. You know what? No, I'm not leaving peels on this time. I usually do. Coming off. This thing has found its new home. It's here, by the way. I don't know if I was clear about that. At least peel that. Hey, get off of there. You know, it doesn't need you anymore. You're not needed. That's much more clear now, so that's nice. All right. Actually, turn it on, but turn it all the way down. Not super dark in here. Have you even looked and got home? Okay, you got it, Christopher Crawford. You do seem like you really, really like to share that. When did I turn off Bluetooth? I was probably having some kind of issue. Okay. Connecting. So I gotta turn off my lights. I like to do AI gen stuff, don't game much. Okay, all right. I just gotta check that you would actually use 32 gigs of VRAM if you're spending that much money on a GPU. You can literally buy like two 5080s and a 5070 Ti for that money. So I gotta make sure. Combat veteran, don't know any other way. It's all good. I observe random things and I don't know any other way to be myself. So, yeah, I feel that. And we are connected. Bam. Get a little more light up here. All right, Twitch chat, y'all do have an emote just for this. I don't have you showing up here though, but all right, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Not overdone. Not overdone. Well, then the RAM comes on very bright. But Fantex, one of my favorite things about Fantex. Fantex understood the assignment really early on when it came to RGB. No hotspots. Perfect diffusion. And even in this case, which is admittedly more on the budget side of things, they have this light bar here that is perfectly smooth. The animation is smooth, and the light is just, there's zero hotspots. This one seems like it goes out to those who are like, I want some RGB, but not too much. And it's even a little bit on the a lot side. It's like in between. So, yeah, that's nice. Now, I know you guys know that as pre-built rebuilt goes on, this is the amount of RGB in here might change, but in a tasteful manner. Triple B gets it. Actually, you have access to the animated one of that, by the way. Triple B, try that one. Braxton, I don't know who that is, but that's not the one I had in mind. That's okay. Find out. Well, imposter. There you go. Prowler says RGB equals more FPS. Yeah, we like to call it random graphics boost. There it is. There it is. Triple B's got it. Like very good, very tasteful, very true. All right, I like it. What do y'all think? Now, what's missing here? Well, I don't think that the Arctic Freezer 36 has RGB fans, not this version here. So it's not like you're missing the RGB on the cooler. I do think that would add a little something to it, but hey, that's our job at that point. That's what pre-built rebuilt's all about. Taking your pre-built that maybe you didn't have a lot of choices in how it was built or what parts were selected, and changing that slowly over time. Whenever you find that you need an upgrade, well, that's a PC. That's what's good about them. Okay. Let's get this thing over here. Oh, and this should be pretty straightforward. Look at that. Look at that. When I say I fixed my capture problems, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Avermedia. Elgato, we've got to talk. Because damn, y'all gave me an aneurysm for 3. But yeah, just like that, immediate capture. Love it. Let me go here. I'm gonna move this down, up. I won't have to use that much, but there it is now. Okay. Go back here and get my chair out, and I'm actually going to sit down for the first time in like 3 hours. Yay. Y'all are also about to get better audio. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's perfect. Good Lord. Did not get any better. Okay. Let me get this started up over here real quick. And hydrate a little bit too. Check, check, check. Microphone check. Oh, yeah, there it is. I had to turn it off and on again. No big deal. Honestly, a long shotgun mic is worth it. Not in an untreated, not a non-acoustically treated room, Fowler. I actually have a really nice Audio-Technica long shotgun mic that I used to use in a room that was acoustically treated. They are still condensers. So, yeah, most of them. And now I can hear myself. Yay! All right. Yeah, for mic sound, for sure. That PC is sick. I do like it, but I love PCs more. Just can't afford it for now. Yeah, I mean that's kind of one of the clutch things about um the whole pre-built rebuilt series thing is that the point of it is to encourage you to get whatever kind of PC you can as long as there's some kind of upgrade path and you can upgrade it yourself over time. Really nice. Go. Yeah, so that was an hour ago. Okay. Now, what was I looking for here? I was looking for... Oh, wrong keyboard. Ha 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 ha. We're going to try this. Nice. Okay, so there was this thing. So there's a thing called OOBE. Okay, and that is the out of box experience. And Microsoft is trying to take away the methods for making a local only account, and rather than having to log into a Microsoft account. So there was a command that was, it's OOBE / bypass NRO. You'd have to do in the startup thing. You'd have to Shift F10, click on the command prompt, put that in, yada yada. They got rid of that. So I found one that is a newer version of that, and it did work. So that's good. Sorry, Microsoft. Not today. No location. No tailored experiences. No advertising ID. Okay, that's it. We're in. Would you like to pin Microsoft Edge to your taskbar? It says. Hold on. I know I pressed the thing. There we go. Okay, that was the... Okay. What's up, Alucard? How's it going? I also like in-ear wireless adapters. You can make all in-ears wireless, but the shotgun mic is very direct. I actually did a thing where I was using a wireless microphone receiver to do wireless IEMs. Yes. Yeah, but no, I mean, I just haven't been able to afford some of those nicer shotgun microphones. My audio is at a level that is commensurate with the video quality and everything, so it's been fine. I also use a better microphone than this. Usually, this one's fine though. But yeah, it's just, you know, full-time content creation. You just got to go. Sometimes you just got to roll with the punches. Do everything you can with what you got. Okay, no, I don't want to pin that to my taskbar. So that's cool. Microsoft Edge. Wait, it is pinned though. It's already pinned. What are you asking? Whether I would like for that to happen or not? It's already there. Like, it was here in the corner. You probably couldn't see it because of my face, but what the hell? There it is, unpinned. All right. I gotta tell you guys, I'm really excited about this PC because everything about it is perfect for pre-built, rebuilt. It is ideal. Like, it's not full of all the fans that you can put in that case. There's still room to add fans for like the fan episode on improving airflow or whatever. It has an air cooler, so how to install AIO, that kind of stuff. It has 16 gigs of RAM instead of the 32 I'd normally recommend. It's kind of got it all when it comes to that. Okay. So Microsoft Edge, no, go away. Don't need you. Thank you. Bye. Here, actually, let's do a really important bit that I recommend everybody do. Taskbar settings. I'm actually going to go to display settings first. We're going to change that. We're going to scale this up a bit. Scale 175 is better. I guess that's fine. Okay, that's taskbar. Okay, taskbar behaviors. Taskbar alignment to the left. For those of you who use Windows that didn't have it in the middle there, you'll find this a lot more cozy. Automatically hide the taskbar is what I like to do. We're turning off task view and widgets, and we're making it from a search box into a search icon only, and bam, you have the most... let's get rid of that to unpin Microsoft Store. And you have just about the most compact and clean taskbar as a blank slate as you can get. You start adding your own pinned things here, and then you're good to go. The 59 is perfectly good for AI stuff and gaming and Resolve. And yeah, Fowler, it costs as much as it does for a reason. It's kind of the best at everything. All right, Twitch fam, switching over to the YouTube on the big screen, but I have Twitch in lurk mode on my other device. Triple B, you're going to want that for when we are voting on the prize for the giveaway winner. You'll want to be there on the Twitch stream because that's where the poll is going to be. So but that VRAM and that 5090 should be fine. It depends on how many kidneys are in it. No, they're already going to get one tomorrow. So you can find mess around Doom 2016 while watching the stream as I'm stress testing machine I sold earlier today on Java. Nice. Oh, chat, one thing real quick. I forgot about this. I don't know how I forgot about it. But if you are looking for a 1440p or 4K gaming machine that can kind of do it all, I have a system that I built myself on stream, did all of that stuff. It is an all-white build with really nice color matching all over. It is a 4080. It is a Gigabyte Aero 4080 in there. Big, gorgeous white GPU that goes in there. That thing, I checked it on PC Part Picker. It's going for like $2,200 right now for that GPU. That's about the price I'm charging for the whole system. So don't worry about me scalping there. It is an LGA 1700, so 12th, 13th, or 14th gen Intel. And I am going to be taking out the CPU that's in there, putting in a brand new, fresh 13600K. 14 cores, capable of gaming at 4K without even breaking a sweat, because at 4K it's not really using the CPU as much. Same thing at 1440p, and with 14 cores, all of that stuff, it is well suited for streaming as well. The motherboard is a Z790 N7 Z790 from NZXT, just a gorgeous looking motherboard. It is in the H6 Flow. It's a really beautiful system, and I actually need to sell it like within the next few days, because I booked. I'm going to Computex. I'm going to Computex, and I booked my Airbnb, and it came out to more than I was expecting. So I'm just like a little bit shy on the flight, but I also need money while I'm there. So I need to sell this system like ASAP. So rather than it, like I did it on PC Part Picker, it came out to like $2,700. I'm doing it for $2,200 plus shipping. So anyone who needs that, I built it myself. It's a Bray build. I did it. There's footage of it. There's a whole VOD of me building it. I can show you a picture of it. I'm just taking a break to go over this real quick, just because I needed to talk about this earlier and I forgot. I got excited about the shield and stuff. Okay, what? You can blame me? No. Let me find that build real quick. Dashboard. That live. Where are you? How long ago did I build this thing? A while back. Now, the thing is, the system has barely seen any use at all, just during the testing stream. I meant to utilize it in a certain, like as my main gaming PC. I ended up not doing that. I set it aside, and I just got too busy with stuff to build a setup around it. So it is hardly used. Okay, there we go. For it. Shut up. And here you go. That's the system right there. Freaking beautiful. All NZXT fans. Got the NZXT Kraken AIO with the screen. It has cable extensions in white. It is a pristine build. This is it with the RGB turned off right here. So yeah, that thing, I built that live on stream. I'm not using this adapter anymore, by the way. That was just for the thing. It has also an NZXT C1200 1200 watt power supply. Native VHPWR on that, so you're not using a cable extension. Really nice. So yeah, anybody who's needing a system for around $2,200, I'm selling it for about $500 less than what, because they're also, I think, 2 terabytes storage. I can also add more. Really, really solid RAM in there. I might have put 64 in there or 32. I priced it at 32 gigs of RAM. But yeah, it's a really gorgeous machine. You can't see it, but there's 3 intake fans on the side here. I show it off a little more here, I think. Yeah, you see them right there. Really, really cool case. I like the NZXT AIO. They're reliable. They're good. For how much? 2200. Brand new 13600K, latest microcode on the motherboard. Everything should be solid on that. And 40 a Gigabyte Aero 4080. Big chunkin' GPU, all in white and silver. Beautiful in this build. And those are really hard to get right now. So, but I'm not pricing it like that. I'm pricing it like the price the parts would have cost then minus $500 for something that was almost never used, really. 2200. I only heard 200. I don't need money that badly. Well, I mean, I need money too badly for that. I would love to be able to sell this PC for $200, but that ain't happening. If only you had a few weeks. Damn. Yeah, well, I didn't know I was going until a couple days ago. That's how it always happens, man. These companies, they will make you wait until you are tearing your hair out. That's why I just shave it off. I ain't letting them get the better of me that way. So, yeah. Anyway, I need to sell it in the next few days. I'm going to post it in the Discord. So hopefully it'll be snapped up. And I'll also let, I don't know if they would want to do this, but I could let techies know if someone comes in that needs 4K gaming and streaming, like those two things, this thing can do all of that. No problem. That, hey, this is a system they could maybe look at. But I mean, I don't want to push volunteers on my, on the Discord to like sell a PC for me. That feels weird. It already feels weird that there are people helping me out with running a Discord. But at this point, I'm just a member of it, I feel. I'll let some of my friends know, okay, you got it. The thing is, if it gets really late, because I'm like flying out, I think, on Thursday or Friday of next week. If it gets really late towards that, I won't be able to ship it until after I get back. But it would be theirs. That's that. But if I can sell it, tomorrow, day after, Monday, tomorrow, the day after, or Monday, I'll ship it out before I leave. Taylor, what's going on? How's it going? Let's get back to this. Let's get back to the system. Sorry about that. You guys know, all of y'all know that I don't do stuff like that where I'm like, hey, I'm going to sell this for this much money. You want to buy it? I don't do that normally. It's just, I'm in a bind where I need to be able to get my plane tickets like now because I just came up a little bit short. And I mean, even if it's something where like y'all like, oh, we got you. You start gifting subs. I don't get that for a month. So it wouldn't help in the immediate situation. So just to let y'all know, I mean, I have not pushed selling any of my builds on Java. I know how that is. Yeah. Yeah. So honestly, guys, it's to get me to Computex. I've already booked my Airbnb and cannot cancel. So that would be like $800-900 just lost right there. Yeah. So it's one of those things. I don't know how I forgot to talk about this, like at the top of the hour, or not top of the hour, top of the stream, beginning of the stream, but I did. So there's that. Oops, my bad. But I got it now. Okay. Back to this. All right, let's get into it here. So I'm already on that. Am I? Okay. I already got my drive on there. Let me switch my input here. One day I'm gonna get one of Wendell's KVMs from Level 1 Techs. They're so dope. They're so cool. Love just an overpowered KVM. Like the concept of that is great. How big is this folder again? It's pretty big. Well, we're testing data transfer now. We're going to move benchmarks in Steam library to, I don't think there's much in Steam library actually. But we're going to move that folder, which is, what was a few gigs, 6 gigs or so. We're going to move that directly to downloads. And this is a really fast drive I'm using. Not bad, not bad. Okay. I'll take it. I'm not using the cable that came with that drive though, so I do need to fix that, but okay, once it gets to the much smaller files, it's going to slow down. So that's normal. Yeah, I guess the best way to think about, just so you guys know, you can get probably a cheaper system that has like that GPU and CPU for less, or it'll have like maybe a step up or something, or 50 series or something like that. You have to think of this as a boutique build because I did take a lot of time building it. I took my time, paid attention to details. It's not a baseline motherboard. That motherboard has tons of features. It's not a like a whatever graphics card we can get our hands on. That was a hand-picked graphics card. It's going to be a brand new CPU on the latest microcode. So that's like your number one shot at getting a really solid running LGA 1700 system there with some room to upgrade. And yeah, it's a really solid system. And everything's color matched and everything. So think of it like in the terms of a boutique build, basically. And then the price starts to make a little more sense. But even then, it's a pretty decent price. Okay, so we got that in documents. Did I put it in downloads? I put it in downloads. There we go. That's not the NVIDIA app. Nope. Now, I want to point out one thing. Where is the bloatware? Anybody? You have the AMD Software Adrenaline Edition, AMD Install Manager, and just Windows stuff. No like McAfee, no Norton, none of that stuff, none of that nonsense. Yeah. It's a very clean Windows install. What are the specs? Brand new 13600K, 4080 gigabyte Aero, 4080, 1200 C1200, 1200 watt NZXT power supply, N7 NZXT Z790 motherboard, so the white motherboard, all that. H6 Flow case, 2 terabyte fast Gen 4 drive in there. I need to check either 32 or 64 gigs of RAM. Oh, hold on. My bad. Ow. Anyone who wears IEMs and has to suddenly walk away from their desk or something and leave them in, know the pain I just felt. Try that again. Ready to find someone who built that Okinos Aqua 93 case. He also reversed the radiator fans. His temps were 70 to 77 full load. Just letting you know. Also message Reactor Gaming about if they can reverse the fans or just do it myself. Nice. I can message the guy too. I can ask him. Yes. Windows is bloatware. All right, Dan. You know what I mean. You know. Oh, look, it didn't do the... It's still going to do it. Watch. Oh, it didn't do it. It's not doing the passive-aggressive gaslighting thing. That's nice. I mean, you set it to default, and it doesn't set all of these to default. It still has a bunch of apps, a bunch of file types that are like, oh, we'll just leave those as Edge. That's not internet. That's not internet stuff. That's not... Well, why is it your browser then? Huh? I just go through everything. Most of them anyways. Okay. Okay, got that. Got the browser installed. And the benchmark 23. Let's do hardware info 64. Okay. Start. I want to see some things on here on the readout. I'm not gaming on Linux, says Rutu. Can be done. Dan will probably tell you all about it. Okay, so we are getting our 5600 megatransfers per second speed. So they do have Expo set up on this. 2800 megahertz here is you double that, double data rate, DDR, right? And that's your 5600 megatransfers per second. And CL36 is actually lower than what it listed on the site. It listed CL40, but okay, cool. We have our 7800 XT. Nice. Okay. Let's go to sensor. Okay, it's going to close the whole thing. MSI, no. No, 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 no. Do not do that thing where it's like, install our drivers, please. Install our software, please. Sign up, please. Okay. And what time is it? Like, for real, what time is it Central Time? 10:13. I have to go an hour and 45 minutes longer, and I'm circling the drain. I need to go grab a Red Bull or something. I have high hopes for SteamOS someday. Otherwise, yeah, gaming on Linux is not straightforward. It is not straightforward. It'd be cool, though. It's not straightforward. Okay. What was I doing? I was going to open this in sensors only mode. Oh, no, that's not what I want. I already installed it. I wonder if I could just put this here and show the pertinent stuff. Like, while we're testing CPUs, I'll show CPUs there. CPU stuff there. Okay, perfect. Get Cinebench going, R23. Oh, I can't stress test it yet. Not until it has all the panels on. By the way, I hope you guys are watching the latest Secret Shopper series, because based on certain things, I get the feeling that Starforge is on the right track compared to their competitors there. Yay, they did it right. All the stickers are on the peel. So they all come off with no residue. Thank you, Starforge. Hell yeah. All right, so that's closed up. Cool. Okay. Let's just go here. Advanced. And we'll run like 10 minutes of testing. We'll just chat with each other, see how this thing does thermal throttling wise, all of that. Now, this is not a Cinebench monster. This is a 7600X. We're just making sure that this cooler master cooler that's on here, being that it has half the fans that are shown in the picture when you're buying this thing, just making sure that it's not going to let this thing thermal throttle. That's going to just be a while, isn't it? My problem right now is that I had some caffeine at like 2 p.m. and it's just like leaving me and all the, you know, moving around, unboxing stuff, doing this and that, getting excited, doing all that has left me feeling rather in my fatigue here. So I might see if there's a cold energy drink there or something, some caffeine in the fridge, and I might have had the last one. What I'm thinking I might need to do is just finish up this stream tomorrow night. The giveaway, though, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and just like draw it early. Mostly it's people who are here who are like, I'm going to stick this out, see if I can win that keyboard or that gift card. So I'll probably run the poll on Twitch, though. But, I mean, we got to a good point here. I'm just very quickly circling the drain. Like, once I sat down, it was like, oh, you don't need adrenaline anymore or whatever? Cool, let's go to sleep. Wait, Ninetail Fox gave me a shout out to 53 viewers 2 hours ago. Is that why I had people... What? Were they here? Guys, did I miss Ninetail Fox coming in and saying hi? Because if I did, I messed up. 2 hours ago? Or they just gave me a shout out randomly? Happens. Not that I know of. Okay. Okay. Listen, everybody. Okay. Everybody here. I have decided, based on the fact that I am quickly on the, like my chronic fatigue syndrome thing is it's once my caffeine runs out, I don't just like, oh man, I kind of feel like I need I'm just like, oh boy, I felt myself falling asleep earlier, just like while I was staring. I was like, oh boy, this is gonna take forever. Yeah. So if you have not yet entered the giveaway, you need to do it right now. Right now. It's in the description of the YouTube stream, and it just posted in the Twitch chat. Now, Twitch chat, you are, and for those watching on YouTube, understand you can jump over and do this too. You're going to be deciding what the prize is going to be between a Ducky One X Mini or just about that same amount in a gift card for Mini Katana. The two other companies and products that I unboxed on this stream were those. Not giving away the PC. This is pre-built, rebuilt. You cannot take this from me. This is home now. It's home. But if you want to see the testing on the system, you got to come back tomorrow because this thing is going to rip 1440p like crazy. Okay? Are those high? Are temps high or is that fine? They're a little high. Yeah, it's let me see. It looks like throttling behavior. I'm sorry, I actually almost passed out there again. That's how freaking tired I am. What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. I literally was in the middle of a sentence and I was just like, ugh, crashing. Something about behavior or something like that. I don't know, man. It's just bad. I hate when I get this way. Okay. Yeah. I think the cooler not being the Arctic one is a miss. For this one. Thankfully, this PC is designed to be upgraded rather, because that's, well, I mean, it's not designed for that, but it's generally you should be getting a complete product from Starforge. You should be getting, and I think that putting in a different cooler with half the fans that it's supposed to come with was a mistake. These bros running on fumes, yeah. But JJ Blinks, thank you for asking, and I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, these are a little bit high. I was looking for that's right. I was trying to see, that's when I was passing out. I was trying to see if it listed thermal throttling. No thermal throttling has happened yet. It's flagging all of that as no. So, I mean, these are designed to be able to operate at 100 degrees. If you're used to seeing Core Ultra 200S temperatures now, you're gonna look back in this and be like, yo, this is a i5. This is crazy. No, they were, if it had a K at the end of it, especially, they were. No, wait, no. This is 7600X. This is 7600X in here. I'm thinking about this PC I'm trying to sell. That's why no. Yeah, see, this is how confused I'm getting. This is 7600X. That's not that hot running a CPU, you would think, but these two were designed to go up to 95 degrees Celsius and stay there and just get whatever performance they could. Okay, I got it sorted in my head. So yeah, it's normal behavior actually, because it's 7000 series Ryzen. It would go up to 95 degrees and just chill there. The capabilities of your cooler are what would determine the frequencies you would get. There you go. It ran hot by design. Yes, it was confusing for reviewers because we've spent years looking at stuff, anything that gets over 90, you're like, yo, that's getting a little hot right there. And then this thing's just like out of the way, 95 degrees. Here I am. So that's how they were designed to run. 9600X shouldn't be as bad about that. Like not terrible about heat. Like it should be getting its best performance-ish around those temperatures. You should be okay. But you'll notice it's not going above 95 degrees Celsius on the average. Good. I mean, in my opinion, if I got that PC, I would have been pretty miffed over the air cooler. I mean, I didn't let them off. I didn't just like let them off. I said, hey, I received something that's different from the product I bought. If you're going to list any specific parts in your build and you don't have anything on don't have anything there saying if available, or looking at the pictures saying, hey, the product you received may look different from this one, or this is for demonstrative purposes only, whatever. And none of that stuff was there. So, like I said, I would have made a few changes right around April 2nd. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that we may be facing shortages pretty soon. My 2 cents. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, this has 1 minute, 25 seconds left. Well, just whatever. Fine. Let's see. Let's go here. And I'm going to adjust. I warned y'all already. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to adjust the ending time to 10:30 p.m. Central Time. That is in 5 minutes. If you have not filled out if you've not joined the giveaway yet, that's it. Okay, so on YouTube, go to the description. It is in the description, a little bit down. Go in there, click on that. It's just following me on Twitter and follow me on Instagram. Those are the 2 ways you can enter. If you don't use one or the other, I put this giveaway together in like 12 minutes. I'm sorry. This is an out-of-pocket giveaway. It's not one that I was planning out with a company or anything like that. This is just me excited about stuff that I unboxed, like this guy up here. Good Lord. And I'm actually putting out, like, that's the thing is, like, I planned this before I realized I was going to be short on my, oh God, man. I already planned it. So it's like, no, I want to do that. It's that, or I move the end of the giveaway to tomorrow night, and I don't want to do that. Shortening it is all right. I get, well, actually, I would say adding time is the more like fair thing to do, because then I'm not cutting off people from entering. I'm giving more people a chance to enter. But nope, I said I would pull it tonight, and I'm going to. If I can't physically keep going on the stream, I gotta end it. So Gotham Guy says, looks like throttling behavior. I need to get a better look at it. I'm about to pass out right under this brand new Ducky One X keyboard, and it doesn't deserve that. Not yet. I don't know if it ever will. It's a very nice keyboard. But I started crashing once I sat down after doing all the physical stuff of the unboxing and everything, standing up for 3 hours while already running on fumes. So, yep. I'll look more at that numbers later on. Okay. Changing the time for the giveaway to end to 10:30. Also, if you're in Twitch chat, you have to click on the link in the Stream Elements message, enter to win one of the 2 prizes, yada yada. And once the drawing closes, we're going to run the poll on Twitch. If you want to vote for what the prize is going to be, you need to go over to Twitch, everybody. If you're watching on YouTube, love y'all watching on YouTube. Thank you. You're actually getting a better quality stream over there because Twitch can't handle the bitrate that Meld puts out without me letting me change it. Whatever. Anyway, but if you want to vote on what the prize is going to be, whether it's going to be a $140 Ducky One X Mini or an equivalent value gift card for Mini Katana, who made that shield up there that I unboxed earlier. They make a ton of swords, as you might imagine, based on the name. Both mini and not so mini. So, I mean, if you want to vote on which ones are going to be the prize and also see, who wins a little faster, join on Twitch. The link is in the description on the YouTube stream. Move over to there if you want to vote. Got a cool deck recently. It comes with a pegboard, a desktop, desktop by Bifrost 160. Bifrost 160? I don't think I've heard of that one. Joyful Star. Sounds cool though. All right, I got to change the time here to end it. Like now. No, not that. 10:30. Okay. 80 seconds left. Now, Kelly, look at the sitting down position though. It's like I have my own Pope hat now. I do need to even out the tools a little bit. I didn't know exactly what the dimensions were going to be. Yeah. Okay. Let me make the poll here real quick. You guys get to choose. Oh, fun fact, by the way. Ducky keyboard, cool and all. If you guys vote for the Mini Katana gift card I'm going to get, you can also use code Breathorn to get 10% off and support what I do. So I think that works with a gift card, right, Kelly? I see you there. I saw you. Don't worry, I noticed you. Yeah, I would stream longer, but I'm completely crashing out. Just like once I sat down, it was like, oh, we're sleeping now. Body, no, we're not. We're sleeping. Okay. So yeah, 15 seconds left to enter. Everybody, get it done. Poll is gonna go up in a second over on. I don't know where the last energy is coming from, but it's like now that I see the end, the finish line, my body's like, all right, you got a little bit left. You got a little bit. That's all you get. Okay, it has ended before I draw the. There's 2 things that are going to happen. Twitch viewers are going to get to vote in a poll as to what the prize will be. If you're on YouTube and you're like, oh, dang it, he never said. I did say, move over to Twitch so that you can be part of that poll. Secondly, I'm not going to announce the winner. Whoever I raid is going to announce the winner. And then a few minutes later, I'll go into YouTube chat just for you guys because there's no rating for y'all unless you move to Twitch. I'll go over and post the name there. At that point, I just need an email verification from someone. And you must be present to win, by the way. So, yeah. I need a response from you either in the rated stream or I guess you can whisper me on Twitch, but also or in YouTube chat. Okay, so keep an eye out for that. All right, starting a poll. Eventually. New poll. Here we go. Let's see. Mini Katana gift card. Gift card or Ducky One X mini keyboard. And just so you know, the gift card, if it's an adjustable amount, I'm going to get that as close to the price of the Ducky One X mini as possible. So 54 total entries. I have 2 that equals 1 out of 27 odds. There you go. Got it. Nice. I gotta say, not as many people entered as I thought might. But it is what it is. I did say that I was doing the giveaway, so I'm doing the giveaway. I'm not going to make these funny. I'm just going to put it in there. And let's spell mini right. It's 4 letters, bro. They repeat. Sort of. Not really. Okay. We're running a 5-minute poll. 5-minute poll. If you want to vote in this, I see people have been moving over from Twitch, from YouTube to Twitch. Come on over. You got 5 minutes to vote and choose your destiny. Poll is up now. Do it. Vote, vote, vote. Democracy's on the line. Let's go. It's not on the line. It's not. It's being utilized. That's just for democracy and stuff. I think the keyboard's going to win the vote. I figured it would. And the thing is, I think I know where I made the mistake. I should have taken y'all on a little browser journey to Mini Katana so y'all could see just how much cool stuff they have and how much of it is actually like ridiculously affordable. I didn't do that. That's on me. Maybe we'll do another giveaway where I'll buy a gift card from there, and that's just, it's the price. I want someone to just like elevate their setup with some of this stuff. Like the freaking glowing swords, I saw it, I was like, what I want, I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want. I want a sort of like 2-way mirror finished hollow master sword that has lights in it, so that when it's off, it's like silvery, like the blade. When it's on, it glows that white blue glow, like when Ganon's around or whatever. I don't care if it's gonna be plastic. Of course it is. It has to be. But like, especially if it has a plug, like a barrel plug, so I can just have that thing on. Man, forget about it. That's a good idea. Thank you, K Lopez 29933. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's disappointing. I did browse the Mini Katana stuff. Lots of cool stuff. It is lots of cool stuff. Yo, Sega, thank you for the lurk, my friend. What's up? TJ, holy crap. Where did you come? Where y'all coming from? TJ, you want to buy a PC from me? Yeah, I was keyboard until I looked at the site. I should have taken y'all on a tour of the site. What? I can't even ask where I went wrong because I know, and that's worse sometimes. Rutu loves swords. Yeah, and there are some really quality looking ones here. Oh no, Mini Katana, I'm sure has amazing stuff, but a new and good keyboard is an amazing setup upgrade, especially for me personally, since I've been considering getting a new keyboard. Okay. Oh, K Lopez. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's you saying that's a good idea. All right. Hell yeah. And I don't even need to be like, cool, I want whatever, because I already got a code. But yeah, I mean, if y'all, I don't know how it works for y'all with the design and manufacturing side of things. Like, I don't get any, oh, we're just drop shipping these things kind of vibes from y'all. Never. Like, anyone who thinks that way hasn't seen a minute of your content. But like the companies that make this, y'all just like, hey, we want this. Here's a design. Make us 300 of them, 400 of them, 5,000 of them, whatever. TJ, dude, it's so good to see you in here, man. Just snuck in. Was at my daughter's awards banquet for gymnastics. How did that go? I remember you had to be to that gymnastics event back when CES was going on. We can design from the ground up. Kelly, we might have more stuff to talk about.
That it's just like I have good ideas, and then, well, that's the only kind I have.
No, that's super sick though. That is so cool. It was good. She won state for her level, so it's been a good season. Excellent. Congratulations. That's crazy. TJ. Freaking, that's awesome. Congratulations. You know what? Hold on. Congratulations to TJ's daughter for winning the state gymnastics for your level. Let's go, nerds. If I wasn't absolutely gobsmacked tired, that would have gone a lot better. But that's there you go. There you go. 72% for the Ducky One X Mini. I should have stopped the poll and we should have gone to look at mini katana, because like it's not just small katanas, people. It's like full-size replica and cosplay weaponry, also battle-ready stuff. You know what? Okay. That's my fault. I did wrong. Should have done that before. Okay. All right. Now, here's the next step, everybody. We're going to find somebody to raid, and they are going to tell you who the winner is. For those watching on YouTube who simply cannot come over to Twitch, I will, if you wait about 5 minutes in chat, I will announce the winner there. Or as long as it's confirmed, I'll announce them on. But I also, there's going to be a certain moment where it's like, oh, maybe they're here, but they're in YouTube chat. So give me 5 minutes after we raid. Oh, we got hit with ads. Okay, let me give it a second here. I'm going to see who's streaming though. Who would not be bothered by this? Because it is a bit disruptive to go in there and be like, hey, say this. Also, who do I have in my DMs where I can DM them the name? Or I can, well, I would like to have them draw it, but I don't have a spinning wheel kind of thing. They would have to like log in to my Gleam account. So no. Ads done? Cool. Silent Wraith? Awesome. So you know you get the instructions. Good. Awesome. Chris? Could raid Chris. Oh, they're doing a podcast right now. That doesn't work. I don't want that to be part of their podcast. Listen. Can we just do the honor system? Will y'all just hang around to raid if I just announce it here? For me. Like, this is coming out of my pocket. So please hang out and raid with me. It makes me very happy to bring in a bodacious raid for people who've been streaming for a long time. Country Web Simulator, thank you for saying sure. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, all of you. Okay. Azula, thank you for the lurk. Thank you so much, everybody. That's just You're the best. Thank you. I need an applause. I need to be more like Liam, like manly reviews about that. Silent Wraith, thank you. All of y'all, thank you so much. Okay, so let me roll the winner. They have to be here to win. So people who have left, don't worry, it increases your chances. Because yeah. Okay, winner draw, and okay. G code 225. Are you here? I know if you didn't win, don't worry. I am gonna do a gift card thing for Mini Katana soon. I got a lot more content coming up with that. G code 225. Are you here? Please respond within the next 30 seconds. Yeah, you won. There you go. There you go. It's just like that. I think, guys, this is something I want to do more often. So don't let it get to you if you did not win. I want to do small giveaways more often. PC giveaways are fun, but they draw thousands of entrants. You have much more chance of winning something cool like this way. And I'm like, at Computex, I'm going to talk to a company about, be like, hey, let me review something small of yours. Give me an extra one, and I'll do a giveaway of a small thing, and it's just fun. Okay? That's freaking awesome. Thank you for being here. G-Code, thank you for not splitting, being here to win. That's awesome. Everybody stick around. We are going to raid. Well, why not Coalition Chris? Well, it is a podcast, but they do respond, even though it's a podcast. These dudes are cool. We're going to raid my buddy Chris, Coalition Chris from Coalition Gaming, a fellow tech content creator. Stick around with me for that and say some cool stuff, and they're just going to be doing like not what I was doing where I was reviewing stuff, but like chilling, talking about tech and fun stuff and all that. Let's do that. All right, let's do it. Oops, wrong keyboard, of course. Looks like they just got... No, they didn't just get started, but we're rating them. All right, guys. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And I'm sorry I got so tired so early, but I'm going to do either tomorrow or Sunday instead of a gaming stream. That's what we're going to do. The gaming stream is going to be testing gaming on this PC. It's perfect. It's the perfect idea. Let's do that. And also, again, if anyone here is interested in that PC that I'm selling, please let me know. That's going to help me get to Computex like directly. All right, guys. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will catch you on the next one at the latest on Sunday, if not tomorrow for finishing this. Probably Sunday at 8 p.m. Central. Till then, take care. Thank you, guys.
Let's go, nerds!
I don't care. Should I shake this?